What do we got? Okay, so changing servers, I think, did it. Because it appears to be up now. Let's all have a nice F for the Atlanta server. As we have our bi-weekly ping pong between the two Southeast Twitch servers that just do not function for more than 5 days without going down completely. Yeah, it looks like the Atlanta Twitch server has completely died. Okay, that was a weird one.
A classic.
Solid classic. Follow that one or a juicy such as life. Alright, so, as you cast light on the rope and it slithers up in the air here, your cantrip at this point, almost like a mini sun beacon shining down. You shake the rooster, you whisper the rooster. The rooster does not immediately awaken. And Arabis, you hold the rooster up, it's clearly, you can feel it's still warm, it's still breathing, it's super alive, it's just also super asleep.
Alright, I'm gonna blow inside the rooster's ear.
Flow inside the rooster's ear.
Yeah, animals hate that shit.
That's accurate. That's absolutely accurate, as that would immediately awaken a very aggravated rooster who would both call out with a blasting crow, flapping his wings outward and fluttering in place, before very angrily started pecking out towards Selwyn. And Selwyn, make me a reflex save.
Please get pecked right in the eye.
Alright, I won't reroll this. If it's a heart one, it's a heart one. Let's see it. One time heart one. Nope, that's the opposite.
There is no God.
I see that rooster in slow motion.
19 on the dice cell wants nothing to do with that. And you dip out of the way as you hear this crowing.
I also let go of my magic.
The sunlight goes out, but the rooster is now awake and angry as it is fluttering to jump out of Arabis's hands. An attack chicken bearing down towards Selwyn.
I'm sprinting off.
The Selwyn runs off with the rooster chasing after it. And it's still sprinting with its little claws through the gravel and clucking angrily. It stops after about 10 or 20 feet. Its wings kind of fanned out, fluffing, poofing itself up, before you hear an anguished wail from inside the wagon, muted by the wood of the carriage itself.
I'm running inside my carriage, closing the door.
Someone dives in her wagon!
What's the nearest wagon?
My own
Which
wagon.
has more names.
I go
Who's
inside.
the nearest?
The nearest one would probably be Bardolph's, the bear from the old show.
I go and hide in Bardolph's wagon.
You all just leaving me hanging out here with the rooster?
The tree looks exceptionally motionless.
And out from the wagon as the door flies open, wood slamming into the carriage frame. Her hair set through a bunch of rounded bits of wood and metal. A strange green paste over most of her face, making her look almost like a demon. And a thick robe just drawn about her. Mortain stumbles out of the back of her wagon into the dirt, seething, and turns and just sees Arabis standing there with a chicken about 15 feet away, clearly very angry.
And Barkbeard unfreezes real quick. Orbis, our dancing lessons. Right, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Try not to stay at 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Arabis!
It wasn't me! I didn't do anything!
Why is the rooster here?
What rooster?
I'm going to yawningly open the wagon, somehow now in night clothes. Come on, like.
And she bends over and just picks up a rock off of the ground,
No!
pitches it at the rooster,
No,
which
I'll stand in front of him.
it's not even close. Like, you completely like this. She just in a hump flings it, and it just pegs into the ground like 8 feet away from the rooster. Not even remotely close. And she's standing there huffing. This rock hits, startles the rooster, who hops back a little bit and turns, wings up, crows again, and charges at Mordain.
Oh, no. No.
You are between them, Aramis.
I don't know what to do. I'm gonna try to grab the rooster before he pecks her.
You try to what?
I'm gonna try to grab the rooster before he pecks Mordain.
Rattle check.
Give me that athletics check.
Oh no, that's not my bag though. Oh, how do I have a negative?
Well, you are against the roof. It probably also has a negative.
Oh man.
It is a rooster.
I mean, would I be wearing my armor in the middle of the night? I don't know.
No.
Probably not.
You
no.
do not have your armor on,
All
no.
right, so we'll just see what we could add to this then, because oh boy, it doesn't matter.
No, there's no way you have a -5.
That's
She's enfeebled
I'm
free from the
enfeebled.
rover!
Oh shit.
Well,
So
we were
-1.
dancing.
Yeah.
I have roots all over the place. I didn't mean to trip.
So, oh my god. As...
Oh boy.
So, okay, I have good news and I have bad news. The good news is, at this point, everyone's enfeebled conditions from the roper would have decreased by 2. So you're only enfeebled 1, which means that's only -1. You don't have your armor on, so it's a 1, not a -3.
Well, okay then. That's a lot better, right?
I mean,
It is a lot better.
It's a lot better.
Artemis, still somewhat enfeebled and not good at this. You would, as you trip down, this rooster flying by at near blinding speed here, stumble in the gravel and actually fall down on the ground, trying to grab at this thing. And it sprints by at Mordain, who
I'm gonna
immediately
cast
shrieks,
haste and get in the way of Mordain and the chicken.
jumps, but she's as you use your spell and you're running up, she dives back in her wagon and fumbling to shut the door as the rooster kind of hops around outside, wings still up.
He's so pissed.
T-posing at this doorway, still angry.
I'm gonna turn back into a tree.
I'll run up towards the wagon. Halt! Foul! Foul! I cannot let you hurt that woman.
The chicken kind of scratches a bit at the ground, holding its wings back down, and turns around back towards you and Arbus, paddling around the ground a little bit, and struts around, semicircle, wide berth from Selwyn, sort of vaguely back towards Arbus, fluffs its wings out, and just sits back down on your feet, pulls its head back in, closes its eyes.
All right, and I'll, at superhuman speed, walk back in my wagon. Good night.
Ding 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 ding.
How do we do prank? And I'm the one covered in mud, and I have a rooster now.
Sounds
Where'd
like
everybody go?
You would at this point be the only person apparently out here. Just in the dark, alone.
But he's not alone.
You'd
That's
think,
Rooster Varian.
Alone.
There was the variant.
I will pick up Roostafarian. A little muddier than usual. Take a deep breath and start walking back towards my tree.
Another tree will shuffle after you slowly. From a distance.
The following morning, pranks all notwithstanding, it would certainly be time to start promoting the upcoming show, I imagine. You've got 6 days before the curtain in your show in Madden Cleave. And on this here star day now, the 22nd of Gazun, you would all awaken the enfeebled conditions from the roper having faded away overnight. They are not long-lasting. It's not 1 per day. It's entirely gone. You sleep it off. All of you guys are much better than that. And certainly after a night's rest with the restorative properties of that reflection of light that you got originally, feeling much, much better. Now, circus promotion is something at this point I'm sure you are all at least relatively familiar with. You got 6 days before show, and it takes you 2 days to run this. Anyone can go out and promote the show. You can go off in groups and aid one another. But Madden Cleave is not particularly large. So you're not really going to be able to split up quite as much as you normally do. Because there's really only one major crossroads here. Only one of you is going to be able to do the main check to promote the circus. But whoever else wants to can aid.
I would like to attempt to aid.
And remember, it is a society check for the promotion.
Yep.
I will also aid. Good
So
luck,
who's
whoever
our
it is.
society?
Who
Yeah.
wants to be the face?
I'll be the face.
Yeah,
No, you
go
will not.
Ara! Woohoo! Ara for the
There
win!
is there's
It's
no way.
Ara! I mean, we've already said it's already.
We've already
it's
done
already,
this before.
Oh no,
We've done this before.
this is gonna go awfully. It's all over. It's
So-
all aura.
What are you doing to promote?
Alright. Ara. Oh, this is a big old farm town, ain't it? Ain't nothing
It's
here.
mainly Madden Cleave's like one little central
Don't set
town
on fire.
square. It does have something. It's got a farrier, it has a Wainwright, and a brewery. It's got a tannery a little further out. But beyond that, it's mainly farmsteads, very spaced. And like the professor said, what is actually Madden Cleave might just be a huge area, but there's no real dense centers, save for this little area with the Sea of Clover Tavern, the mayor's house, and the town offices, and the Wainwright and the Smith.
What Ara is actually going to do is he's going to use a combination of his magics to not only put himself up in the air, high above everyone else, he's going to cast Fireball even higher up to make an explosion to get people's attention in a wide berth of the area. And while he's doing that, he's going to be dropping fires down below him.
Flyers, not fires.
Fires.
Oh,
At
Fires.
first,
Oh,
I
I
heard
thought you said
dropping
fires.
Yeah, I heard
Fire-
dropping
fires.
fires down below him at first.
I have
I thought it
problems
was
with the letter
fires, too.
L.
I just had to make sure we
I was like,
clarify
yes,
here.
farming town. Let's do them.
Fires.
Let's do fires. Yes.
Burn the crops.
Anybody who wishes to aid may roll a society check.
I'm re-rolling, baby, using those last hero points.
Society. Oops.
28, baby.
Alright, someone succeeds. Barbarian
Oh, 20.
succeeds.
Oh, if only you were better at what you did, Selwyn. Gosh. it's
Did you
ridiculous.
re-roll?
You rolled twice.
What?
When you roll twice?
They rolled twice.
They
Oh,
both
I don't
succeeded, so it's fine.
Yeah, but one is better, one is worse. One is equal.
Well, it would be the equal one. I guess we're just matched set.
Oh no.
I can't win.
So with those, with a +4 bonus on your society check here, Ara, why don't you make me your lead for 2 days of work?
I'm re-rolling that.
Fucking better.
Ah, much better!
Yeah.
Much better. So, 29 on society, +4, 33. 33. Actually, that is, as you go to promote with your methods here, you find yourself being wildly successful with what you've headed into. Like the professor said, a lot of people come through this main central area in a day, and a lot of travelers pass through the Cleave from much further afield, even beyond what would normally be here in the actual town itself, or even the outlying farms. And they seem odd by what it is you are doing here. Even something that normally is a big real no-no for like a circus performance, just kind of casting magic, seems to have huge appeal to the simple folk of Matt and Cleve, many of whom you gather throughout your 2 days of interactions and advertisement have literally never seen magic cast in their life. One of your core rules of putting this together was circus performance isn't magic because magic's not super interesting. Like, it's Galarian, there's wizards everywhere. But this far out in the backwoods of the Swordlands, actually pretty impressive. So what's your charisma modifier, comrade?
+4.
Sorcerer boy. You are going to generate 26 anticipation. And let me double check, because I believe you have a little more carrying over because your last show was a critical success. Which, when it is a critical success, you get to keep some of the excitement that carries over. Oh no, that's a different thing. That's if you sell merchandise. Merchandise is that one. Did you for the last one? I thought you were planning on doing it for this one.
For this one. No, we did for this one, I think.
Right, so this one will carry over to the next one.
Oh, right.
So you also got the 5th level advertisements, I believe, which gave you 9 starting anticipation. I'm putting you from 26 to 35. Oh, it was a successful final act, is what it was that carries over the excitement. I knew there was something that was starting you with non-zero excitement. So successful finale means that you are getting 5. You started 5 excitement. So you're 35 anticipation, 5 excitement. After the first 2 very, very successful days of promotion. Leading you into the start of the week, the Moon Day. And as you ready yourselves for another couple of days of performance and preparation and excitement, early on in the morning, after everyone had just time to kind of awaken and brush up and have some breakfast, Julessa would actually come find you, and she would come to you, Selwyn, specifically. If any of the rest of you, do you all in the mornings when you get ready, are you together, are you doing your own things?
Well, not in the super morning, but once,
Yes, I meant.
you're in, yeah.
She would probably find just Selwyn. And she's not up in costume or anything. She's just dressed pretty plainly as she normally is day to day. Oh. Selwyn,
What can I do it for?
could I have you here for a moment?
Of course.
I know we're busy readying for the show this week and everything, but I wanted to ask you, well, do you remember back in when we were arriving, when we were coming to this island and the first place, I said there was a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Well, I've been doing some, I've investigated a little bit, and I've looked around, and I found this his farmstead. Apparently he came here, he had family here. And he was, I guess he's staying with his grandfather.
All right.
It's not terribly far. It's just, some miles down a road here from, it's in Mountain Cleave. Or,
Right.
I think, not far outside it. It's not much of a, and she's never straight when she's requesting things of
Yeah.
people. Like, Jalessa's always very reserved, very shy, almost.
She was a
but,
former slave, so,
She was,
yeah.
And, but this seems to be even more than usual. That it's not even so much as that she feels almost embarrassed or intrusive trying to just request anything, but that she almost can't even find words. Like, she's almost stumbling to put a sentence together here.
Can you go?
No, that's
No?
that's no problem.
Mhm.
I can find my way, but I was wondering if you would come with Tamiri and I.
Oh, yeah, sure, of course. Yeah, I'm intruding.
We're-
Yeah, of course.
You and maybe the Undaunted, and that new one that's like him, Barkbeard.
You sure you want
And,
Barkbeard with?
Well, this whole, well, there's a couple reasons, really. This whole
Okay.
circus thing is, well, it's my life now, and it's very different from what we were doing before. When last I knew him, and I don't know. I just feel I don't want to show up just me and my sister with nothing to show for it. I mean, they're, well, and she kind of looks around, and I point off to Ara if he's anywhere nearby, visible in the campground, or Barkbeard. Well, they're real different. They're something impressive just to see. Well, so's Zerg, come to think of it.
Alright. Yeah, we can
And
bring
you,
everyone.
well,
As she said that, Aura walks up behind her. You hear that, Selwyn? I'm impressive.
Of course you are.
sorry, Master.
Hi, friend.
I don't mean to speak ill of anyone who isn't here. I promise it. But, Selwyn, I've never been great at presenting myself either. And, I mean, couldn't even get Tamiri to come with me to ask you. And it's been a long time.
Then let's get you some pretty close.
Well, I'm not so concerned with that so much as what to say. And you're the ringmaster now, eh?
That's true.
Putting
Just
fancy
say
words
what-
together is what you do.
Well, this is something that's important to you, right? Just say what's on your heart. I cannot express your feelings. That's that's up to you. Even if it's awkward, even if it doesn't come through clearly, the importance is it's from you. So as long as you're doing your best, that's all anyone could ask for.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot more anyone could ask for, really. But still, if it's not trouble,
Mhm.
I'd really like you to come with us.
Absolutely. All right, round up the lads, and I'll head out to all the main actors and ask them to come with.
Thank you, Sullivan. And truly, thank you. I'll go find Tamiri, and well, do you want to go now or?
Yeah.
All right, let me find my sister. And she would hurry off and rustle up a pile of villain points, which is not at all what she was looking for, but something that I will definitely take from TNT DMD. 3 villain points. That's right, no hero points today, boys. Just
Our sponsors turned on us.
villain points. Your sponsors abandoned you. You've been forsaken.
I bet you he's joined the menagerie.
Yeah.
Shame.
Fucking
Damn.
asshole.
So, Selwyn, Ara, you're both already there. You'd be able to go around in the morning here fairly easily and muster the team, more or less. getting the usual suspects around for whatever it is to go meet this real old friend of the Flambonis. And Arbus, Barkbeard, I guess Zerg will assume is cool with coming. Are you guys coming, or you want to continue advertising or doing something else?
I'll come with.
I'm right, you're on. I'll drag you if I have to.
Oh, I need to come.
You don't get a choice.
It's a wimp fight.
Barkbeard?
Yes, of course. Yes, I am rather magnificent, and I'm sure showing me off is, something of a pride.
So you said it.
My mind went blank.
Way to stay with it there.
You're so in character. It's remarkable. Your in character goes so far. It's really hard to tell the two of you apart sometimes.
Oh my.
So on where are we going? What are we doing?
Colby's brain aneurysm notwithstanding.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to a former associate, or just associate of the Flamboni sisters.
Oh, that'd be neat.
Right?
That sounds fun. I'm glad to know they know people outside of the circus. I worry about them sometimes.
Yes.
The group of you would make your way out Cleave, down the road, towards the farmstead that the Flamboni is located. The two of them would come along with you, and even though it's a bright and fairly sunny morning in late spring, warm and bright outside, the wind blowing up off the coast, even itself bearing no chill, and just the smell of the ocean salt as you make your way through farmsteads and trails and back roads, around through pastures strewn through with assorted crops and livestock. A pair of them would have fairly simple but large traveling cloaks, mostly drawn up around, and Tamari sporting a relatively large hat that obscures most of her hair and her features, and Julessa with hers tied up in a bandana as well, almost looking as unremarkable and plain as possible. The Flamboni sisters both have quite bright red hair, very visible, which appears to be natural as far as you can tell. At least you've never seen them dye it. It's just either a blessing or a curse of their genetics, regardless of how you see it. You would end up, after a decently long walk, in which they would really start no conversation, but that's not really out of the ordinary for them. The Flambonis are never super talkative. They are very literally speak when spoken to by default. Make your way to the edge of a farmstead, and out here, even the farms become a bit more sparse. Plenty of land between them, just of barren, rolling greens, or sparse forests. Nothing massively thick or overgrown, but some scattered wild trees, shrubs, and overgrowth throughout the areas. But a fence denoting new property. Fields full not with crops, but long, untended grasses. Clearly have not been tilled or used in not just months, but very possibly years. It's not directly the direction of the Wellspring Tower, but it is vaguely inland, more to the south, but sort of towards that area. And even the grasses in the fields are starting to show a bit of a tinge of yellow, looking somewhat a little like the blighted earth around the tower itself. Past this all you can see down the road away is the farmstead itself. Fairly simple, a small house and a separate barn. But that too looks fairly old, well-worn, and ill cared for. Mm-hmm. As you come into view of the property, Tamiri sort of slows to a stop on this walk. And just looking across it, kind of reaches over for the edge of her cloak, almost wrapping it closer around herself. This doesn't look like much of anything. Julessa, are you? Let me see that paper. And Julessa reaches into a pocket and unfolds some simple directions with a brief sketched map. And you can see it, she's not hiding it at all, but kind of holds it down where her and Tamiri can both look at it as they sort of put their heads together. And Julessa says, oh, this looks right. This should be the place. Selwyn,
Yes?
does this look off to you?
Maybe. Well, I was never much of a gardener myself. If I owned land, this could very much end up like this. Let's have a look inside, shall we?
So you head up to the farmstead itself, which it appears to be intact. Like, it doesn't look nearly as bad, it doesn't look nearly as ill-tended as the actual fields themselves. But then again, a field left abandoned is going to overgrow and sow with weeds, whereas a farmstead left abandoned is just kind of going to sit there. So it would have had to be a truly long time for this to look equally poor. But as you get closer, the barn, while it looks kind of ramshackle and stable, is a solid building. But the farmstead itself clearly no longer has a roof. It looks like the entirety of the roof over the main building has collapsed into the building itself. The walls are still intact. They're all still fine. But a front porch, which looked like it once was set with a pair of decorative columns, has cracked and sort of warped, deforming a bit with age. And the front doors to the house, still set into freestanding walls, hang somewhat limply in the frame. This place is pretty clearly abandoned.
Well, I'm not sure who you're hoping to find, but he doesn't seem like he's here.
And Julessa sort of looks at it. Tamiri's just kind of staring at her feet. She also kind of looks at it and looks down at the map again. Looks back up at this.
We're not in the right
said it-
place.
We're supposed to meet him here. This
Oh. As soon as she said that, I'm just gonna walk up and knock on the door.
Selwyn, are we sure they know how to read or know how to read maps? I don't know.
Do you know how to read maps?
No, I don't. But I'm sure between the five of us, we could probably figure it out.
May I have a look at the map?
Oh, of course. And Julessa would hand it to you.
Well, I'll have a
And
look. Does it seem
it
like we're in the
would
right
look
place?
like, yeah, it looks like you're in the right place. There's some simple directions above it and a few lines of turns and steps that seem to be more of what you followed. That this looks by all accounts like where they were supposed to go. Yeah.
Do you detect any magical signatures anywhere, just in case?
And as you knock on the door here, even just like your little rapping sends this door kind of limply swinging on a hinge inward. That's where you can see a little ways inside the main home itself. where there are broken timbers and pieces of collapsed wood strewn all throughout the area, where the elements have clearly reigned for some time. Carpets and curtains are rotted and molded out. Doors still there, as is a mostly intact fireplace and chimney you can see around the northern side of the building, but not much else.
Does it look like there was any kind of a struggle, or is it just abandoned?
Let me pop inside and look here, which for some reason your token does not have vision. Why doesn't your token have vision? Please look inside the house.
Barkbeard's blind.
I'm looking inside.
You can see through the house?
Yeah.
I can't see through the house. Why can you see through the house?
I have secret knowledge!
There we go. Oh, we're not... Okay, I realized that the module I have in Foundry that changes my active camera to who I'm clicked on is actually for combat. It's for initiative, so it actually does not automatically work outside of that. I see! Don't worry. We're in there. There we go. I toggled it so it works now. But inside, it doesn't look like there's been any kind of a fight or anything. This doesn't really look like it's been touched at all. In nearabouts a year, if not longer. There's one door still standing that leads to a room near the back of the home that looks to mostly still be intact. And you can hear, Barkbeard, as you enter, a strange, almost moaning permeating out from that.
There's probably a dog in here. Go and knock on the door, I guess. Excuse me.
As you knock up on the door, you hear nothing in response. What are the rest of you doing as Barkbeard strolls into the house here?
I'm gonna follow behind and start sneaking.
Miss Flamboni sisters, I'd stay back there for a moment. This house looks very unstable. I don't want you getting hurt.
And Julissa just nods. And Tamiri still kind of looking at her feet. But both of them stay at a distance back here. You, Arbus?
Look over at Zerg and I'll motion him after the mightiest.
Sort of make eye contact and it's like, okay. Shrug, because I was going to be like ladies first and then you beat me to it.
Mind games.
Got him.
Tentative couple of steps forward.
Just sort of following behind Zerg with my head on a swivel.
Is this other door open?
Yes.
No doors
You
are
can-
in my reach. Door is not within ours reach.
Okay, I got you.
He's short.
You got tiny hands.
Got tiny arms.
So, Barkbeard, you're up at the door. Someone's up at the door, kind of hiding. Zerg and Arbus are slowly approaching this building. Something certainly seems off here. And you feel it. You feel something. It's almost like a magical, like a spell being cast on you, or something similar, as if there's just emotions, just a sadness and a rage that aren't yours, that are just niggling at the back of your mind as you stand in this house here.
If I open this door, I may stand behind the door and just let it out. If we can kind of, I don't know. I just feel odd. It's kind of an odd. Okay, Solomon, what if we opened this door, stood behind the door, and if it didn't see anyone, if there's anything in there at all, or it could just be like a ghost or something. I don't know.
All right.
So stand over here. Wait, which way does the door open? Does the door open like towards me? Like, can I
The
just,
door
like,
would
open
open
it and-
away from you. It would open inward.
Oh, darn it! I really had a great idea there. Okay. Well, I'm gonna open this door. Try not to die, anyone. That would be great. Okay. Open door.
So as you reach up and push on the door, it just sets in its frame a little bit. The knob locked, the keyhole visible in its center, and this part of the house still clearly intact enough that this door is well in its frame and not going anywhere immediately.
This must be a pull door. Not to worry. I'm gonna grab the handle and yank.
Do you
if
want
it-
to make me an athletics check, Yank?
Yes. Well, because it's kind of run down. Maybe.
Fair enough. Give me an athletics check.
Hit him with a yoink.
28.
The 28, you pull on it, and it thuds in its frame. The house having been exposed to rain and wind, the elements, for who knows how long, the frame even kind of cracks a little bit, and there's a bit of a crack from the door itself. But it doesn't budge.
No, definitely not a pull door. I think it is actually a push door. And I will try and push the door in again.
Zerg and Arvis, you two coming out, and Ara, all of you. You're all around the porch. You can clearly see this, but you see Parkbeard very struggling with the door inside. You all just spectating.
How long do you
Zerg.
think it will take him to open that without
Zerg.
your assistance?
I
think
think
you
it
might
was a pull door, and it is not a pull door, but I may have it stuck now.
His hearing is incredible. I
unfortunately.
can't believe how he can be all the way out. here.
Parkbeard, have you tried pushing?
I'm trying to push now. I tried pulling, but I think the pulling may have jammed it, and now it's not pulling or pushing.
What about sliding?
Oh, that's a great idea. I'm gonna try and slide the door.
Hey, Arabis, 2 silver says you can't do it.
Don't. Okay. That's a deal.
Give me an athletics check, Parkbeard.
Nope. Well, it doesn't slide. Actually, well, I could have told you that actually in the first place because it has a frame.
Yeah, and as you pull on it again, yanking, no effect on this door. Someone's still just hiding behind you.
I look at Zerg, then I start like patting my pockets. Then I look
Get
at
me
Sel.
later, it's fine.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't carry the coins.
It's okay, let's go help. Oh, go inside. I'll push through the door. Gracefully, as always.
You do have small double doors, so they're already open, but you can almost do the saloon entrance here as you head in.
Oh, that'd be great. You know what? Actually, Aragon, Lord of the Rings,
There you go.
big push.
Blap! And slamming of wood on frame as you throw the front doors wide open, stepping inside. The
This
sun.
door is clearly stuck over here, Zerg.
I fix it. I'm good locksmith. I'm gonna punch it.
As you punch the door, you can just roll damage.
Roll with 16 damage on the door.
You punch and the wood under your fist buckles, splintering inward a bit. Not enough to like bash the door down, but it does solidly smack a fist through the door.
Oh, hey, interesting enough, I see a lock, actually. I didn't realize this had This must have been locked the whole time. Selwyn, did you know this door had a lock?
Yes,
Well, why didn't you say anything?
because I thought what you were doing was funny.
Oh, well, it would be a lot quicker if we just unlocked the door and then opened it.
Okay.
These locks are very tricky. They require a specific set of skills. I do not think Selwyn could open this kind of lock. Look at this. 15 damage.
Smack! Like you punch it again, and the whole of the door now inside the frame buckles, cracking inward with your fist now reaching through to some of the other side. There's a bit of a visible hole in the middle of it now. It's still there though.
I'll look through the hole.
You Sergey?
Now, looking through the hole, the roof does not appear to have come down on that room inside, so it is completely dark. You can't make out much of anything in there.
I will try to open the lock.
Okay, you think you can do this?
I can certainly try.
Lock. Okay.
Don't
Yeah, sure,
do
why
anything.
Picking locks is not my specialty.
I don't know. Pretty good.
All right, as long as
Selwyn, by the way, Artemis owes me 2 silver. Just to
That's-
let you know.
okay, yes. Okay.
Sorry, Stalin.
I feel like I saw this in like a tape plot once. You just have to do a certain voice and say, "Amen." Come on, one time. 30.
With the 30, you would be making some pretty good headway on it. It's a relatively simple lock, but it's not a super cheap one. So it does have a few tumblers that you need to set and work through. And it appears that someone with actually a decent amount of money must have forked through for this.
Right. Well, if at first you don't succeed, you try again. You say it again. I'm in. Come on, you're doing the hacker voice. I'm rerolling.
Wait, why is there dice everywhere?
Hell yeah, 33.
33.
That one I reroll
33,
was a 5. Well,
33 will continue to work and to set another tumbler, and maybe one more good check would get you in here.
All right. Haggard voice. I'm in. 31.
There you go.
Yeah.
And with that, finally,
You know what took
tumblers
a
would-
year?
pop into place, the doorknob lock having been set open.
Open the door.
All right, I opened the door.
Inside, this leads through to a surprisingly intact bedroom. Because again, it turns out the roof not collapsing adds a lot to the status of a room. There are no windows visible in here at all, but it does have sills and frames set onto the western and northern walls, as if framing around where windows should be. There's a narrow bed against the far wall. Its blankets old and somewhat moldering, twisted together, as if someone who had rested there, last person who'd slept there, did not sleep easily. And there is one table next to it with a candle set on it, a single flickering flame, giving its dim light to an otherwise darkened room with nothing but the sun coming through this one doorway here. The room doesn't look like it's been entered in maybe as long as the house or the fields.
Hello. Selwyn,
Yes.
am I doing it right? You say hello, people answer, right?
Usually, yes.
And as if in some kind of response here, you do in fact hear something rise up to answer to you. But it's a voice. It's speaking in common, but it's jumbled. It's jarbled. It's ranting, raving. And you can clearly hear through whatever it is that it's going on about. It's repeating two names over and over again. Swinton and Gregan. Each of them very, very hatefully. And as the room shudders a bit, the light on this single candle flickering, a spirit manifests in the middle of the room, its face contorted in absolute rage. And I'm going to need everybody roll me some initiative. Because we have a spooky ghost.
Spooky.
31, baby.
Every time I go to click the button, you guys roll dice and move me down the track.
Having a hard time.
Having a hard time.
I believe in you.
I believe in you.
Alright, Arbus. As you see this thing coming together, you are the first to react. It's clearly saying something more than just these names. But you would need to stop for a moment and kind of focus to try and make out what. You'd need to take an action to actively make a perception check to try to hear it.
I would like to do that. I want to try to focus on what it's saying.
Right, give me a perception check.
All right. 28.
With a 28, you can hear almost echoing with itself. It's kind of as if through a canyon, an overlapping voice, as it is one voice, of what sounds like an older man, continually raving about two people. Old Lady Switton's broke, and Rogor Switton can rot in his grave. Should have sold me that acre, Rogor! The widow's gotta starve! Don't tell her about Dofrin Gregat. No. Gregat's money is blood money. It's blood money now. She rides with sputters of fire. The Night Lady, oh, the fires they burn! Just going on almost cyclically, repeating these same statements and thoughts again and again and again as almost blind hate. Also, I don't know why it started at you, but, Foundry gonna Foundry. I guess you get to be at the top now.
He rolled a 35 earlier. That's bad. I thought.
Did you roll twice? Did you overwrite your... What? Oh, what?
Yeah.
You rolled initiative for that perception check.
Oh, I'm a fool.
You're a fool, you're a clown, and upon you I frown.
Welcome to the
Anyway.
circus.
That's one action.
Okay. That's a lot. He's highly upset. Put a hand on someone's back. The Stormlord is with you with a guidance, and I'm going to
he's
move
not.
away. I'm going to move away from the door to over here. And then I'm going to...
That's
enter.
3, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, intern. Yeah, you good. So, Zerg.
Yeah, you can't fucking punch a ghost, so I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Bunch of ghosts, duh, come on. Of course you can.
Yeah, just punch a ghost.
Just punch the ghosts.
I mean,
What are you, a coward?
Zerg runs in.
Mission success.
Do I lose any speed for pushing through the door or past?
Nah,
on?
you can fit through there. You got space.
Cool. And then just so I'm not blocking the entire door, I'm gonna use another action to step. Can I do
Okay.
that?
Absolutely, you can do that.
And then I can punch a ghost.
Phew!
Can I punch a
Sorry,
ghost with a
yeah.
natural 20, 38?
You absolutely can punch a ghost.
You can
Now-
do anything if you roll 20s.
You can do anything if you roll 20s, my guy. What seems like an insane concept here is you just lash out with a fist towards this. Your hand does pass right through it. Obviously, it's not real. It's just there. But you leave almost a cylindrical punch where your hand rips through, tearing away at this thing's form as it wavers and phases a bit, where the magic in your hand wraps rips through it. You can punch a ghost if you got magic hands.
Oh!
That's a crit.
Oh!
Incorporeals are not natively immune to crit anymore.
Did that automatically add the crit amount?
It did,
It
yes.
did.
That was a crit.
Cool. 26.
Alrighty. As you swing through this thing, you actually can tell you are doing real damage to it.
I look back at someone like, huh? Huh?
Selwyn.
Fuck so. All right. Well, I'll walk it. This 10-toed collapse will. Come on. There we go. Just use West, and you can do anything. And well, I sure would like to stab a ghost. Less
Now
far out.
you can flank a ghost. You can crit a ghost. You can't
Can I
sneak attack a ghost.
Can I not sneak attack a ghost?
They are immune to precision.
All right, I'm quitting the campaign. Unlucky. See you guys tomorrow. Oh, what a sad day. It also means I can't enfeeble the ghost.
Means you can't enfeeble the ghost.
That
Yeah.
was my follow-up question. Whatever. Just take some. Just take some hits. 24 probably doesn't hit.
24.
Yeah, 24 and 23. My enthusiasm completely gone.
The light in my eyes is dimmed.
Yep, it's gone. It's
My
over.
happiness eroded. A 24 on flat-foot actually will catch through the ghost. It doesn't have any armor to protect it, is the downside of being a ghost. And it's not really evading, it's just raving and madly. So you actually will catch it with that first swing.
All right. Well, take this, ghost. Oh, wait, no. It's less than this. Let's just say 10 damage because I rolled like 4 twos.
Alright, 10 damage it is. And this, as he continues to rant, all of you clearly being able to audibly hear it, screaming about Dolphin, Graygit, Roger, Swinty.
Piss off, ghost.
You would all, except Ara, who is outside, you would all feel a vision thrust into the forefront of your mind. I need everybody to make me a will save. Except Ara, who's outside.
No ghost is gonna get me.
You can't get me, ghosts. I'm outside.
You ain't
26.
real.
23, baby.
Can't get in the head of a tree. He's a tree.
That's gonna be a hero point for me.
Natural one.
Yeah, and that's a hero point.
You know what they're saying? Natural one for natural fun.
29.
So each of you is going to see a brief vision. A vision of a man in this very room, on the bed. It's not like a separate vision. You just see a body appear in the bed. The room, more lit, in better splendor, with simple but intact furniture, as the man turns, sweating, writhing in pain. Alone. And you feel this overwhelming, almost overbearing sense of distance and detachment. Complete abandonment. And you see above him, looking down, manifesting a pair of flaming, glowing red eyes. Watching. Enjoying the suffering. And then Selwyn, you see this man stand up, his head turning around like a swivel on his body, his eyes empty,
Okay.
sits straight up, arms outstretched, lunging towards you.
No, don't hawk me.
I need you to make me another will save.
Oh no. $32?
The 32, as you see him rise up and lunge towards you. You are frightened 1. And this image collides into you and impresses this fear, this instinctive terror reaction. You're going to take 19 points of mental damage.
Ow. He's scary.
Barkbeard.
So with this vision, and then it's in a room like the bedroom and all this stuff. If can I make a knowledge check and a perception check to see, first of all, if I know anything about any glowing eyes that would be attacking people that were sleeping or in bed, because it seems to be very common, and I don't know if it's the same. Would be the same. Although they weren't frightened really, they were just exhausted.
What is your religion? If you actually, you can do a blind GM roll or a private GM roll for a religion check.
Okay, religion to blind GM roll.
You would know that there are a variety of things that like this. You find a freaking ghost right now, and things of this nature arise from all kinds of horrible deaths and even terrible and miserable lives. But the eyes, you focus on those, and you can see they appear to be feminine. And as they look down, the light from the fire crackling off of them seems to just barely illuminate a pair of curling horns coming down next to them. But you can't get much more than that.
It's quite... okay, well, first I gotta move so I can see better, and then... Can I see the thing that's lunging for Selwyn? Is that
only Selwyn sees that.
Only Selwyn can see that. Okay,
you still
so
see the
I
vision
would
of this. You see the vision of this man in the bed, kind of,
Okay.
almost imaging in and out, wavering.
So, can I move to the spot where this guy is, or no?
You can't stand in another person's square, no.
Well, okay. Well, I didn't know if
you could move to the foot of the bed.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'll do that. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm just kind of trying to think of ways, just kind of trying to think, and as I do that, I am just going to pull my shield back out in front of me, but I'm just kind of viewing the situation.
Alrighty. Ara, as you're outside here, and you can all, at this point now, even out here, you can clearly hear this ghost screaming and ranting. This kind of shocks the Flambonis, who stagger back a couple of steps. And Julessa looks at you. What is that? What's happening?
That's nothing to worry about. Selwyn! Got a gift for you. I reach cast haste on Selwyn. She's 55 feet away from me. I can see her.
Oh my god,
I'm
you
going
can
fast.
see her.
Oh,
Look
he can
at
see
it.
me.
Look at it! The sliver!
The light.
The snipe spell.
The snipe. The snipe haste.
Just stay back there, Miss Flabonis. It's gonna be okay. Nothing to worry about.
Actual sniper haste.
Actual screaming accelerando from fucking a mile away.
Aravis.
I'm gonna move a little closer, into the doorway here to see what is happening. I see. All right, so I am seeing the thing in front of the Zerg.
Yes, that's the ghost in the middle of the room. And as you look into the room now and you see this vision of the old man on the bed, the ghost's face, that is constantly shifting and wavering, does look, if not the same, to be clearly a close relative of whoever that was. Bear a striking resemblance.
Okay. Can I do a knowledge on combating ghosts? That's been a minute for me.
Sure, give me a private or a blind religion roll.
All right. Okay.
I like the ghosty sounds on Sirenscape. They're
So
very
many.
spooky.
How do I do blind?
Down at the bottom right, where it says public roll, you change that drop down to private or blind roll.
Shift click to start it, right?
No, you just if your bottom right says private or blind, you can just do it.
not gonna
All right, buddy.
That's okay. We're gonna get this. Shemu, bottom right of the whole foundry, above the chat box, you see where it says public roll.
Yep.
Click on that
Ah.
and select private or blind.
Okay, now then do it.
Then just go do a normal religion check.
You know, I was afraid I wouldn't be back in time for my turn, but you know, Shimu's got my back. I had nothing to be worried
Fuck you! How about that? There you go.
Gladly,
There you go. Ghosts, definitely not something any of your druidic teachings ever covered. You have no idea what you could do about
Yikes.
something like this.
I can't remember, so I'm just gonna do it.
Oh no.
Boy.
I can't remember, so I'm just gonna do it. It's just phrases you don't
Yeah.
want to hear.
Oh man. Okay, so I'm just gonna
I'm just gonna cast Fireball.
no. I'm gonna hold out my hand towards him and I'm gonna cast a level 2 heal on him. Can't remember what happens, but I feel like it's something and people are in trouble, so I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is your... What is it up? Fortitude save. He gets a 23 on his fort save.
I don't believe that saves. No, I think
On your 9th level, I'm
Yeah.
positive it doesn't.
Yeah.
So, you're still on blind roll, by the way. That's... that 25, as you heal him, is absolutely going to rack through the ghost's body. The positive energy countering and attempting to quash the negative energy of this apparition. And is absolutely going to take 25 damage. Zerg. Doing a great job of punching the ghost, by the way.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna do it again. Because that's realistically all I'm gonna be able to do. That's a 24?
24 hits him with
Ghost?
flanking!
That's an 18 damage on the ghost.
So your
Punch
hand wraps
punches.
again, ripping through, tearing away portions of this.
I love these hand wraps.
Magic is cool.
Magic is cool. Let's go again.
Character around it.
I'm gonna session reroll that roll.
25 will hit it!
25, love it. Punch, hand wraps of magic, 14 damage.
And as you land these pair of punches with Arabis's magic, it almost seems to be outputting a glow, a beacon of yellowish light. The flickering flame of the candle on the desk behind Selwyn is waving madly, as is the form of this specter, as the whole of it is distorting and warping as your punches rip through, tearing away bits and pieces of this thing's essence, like punching through a fog and just dispersing the mist. And there isn't much of it that seems to still be held together into the shape of this old man.
Let's just my hands that are magic. It's just my hands that can affect
It is just the hand reps.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna keep swinging at the mist.
Oh,
How many hero points have I got?
who
Two, I
cares?
see. I see those.
I need them, but also I've got them, so I may as well use them.
Hey, it went up.
Okay.
It went from a 1 to a 5. Selwyn.
That's me. Well, you know, sometimes you just have to stay and stay and stay. And this is what we're gonna do.
And it's not avoiding you at all. It's still just screaming over and over again. The only words you can clearly make out is cacophony. Dolphin Graget! Roger Swinton!
Yeah, well, I'm gonna give you a Dolger Swinkin.
Spit all in my monitor.
28.
28 hits.
First stab.
No sneak
Whoosh.
attack.
14 damage. Second stab. 24.
We've covered the 24 hits flat-footed several times. A lot of exactly
Washow.
put here.
Washow!
And you...
14 damage.
You're almost pulling the visage of this thing apart in different directions as your sword slashes through it, the magic from the runes carrying away bits of this specter, and it's completely distending now.
Alright, I played Shaman for this moment. Hit Winfield weapon attack. Oh yeah, heart swandy, baby!
Wow. Get him,
And
girl.
as you swing
Whoosh.
this final swipe here, what do you do to this ghost, Selwyn?
Alright. We only get one chance at it. I sheath my one sword, briefly, before with my super haste, almost just step through it. And the sword comes out like... and it disappears.
As this thing fades into non-existence, filling the room as it warps, almost like a fog. The flame on that small candle flickers out.
Wait, don't we know a dolphin, Graget? Isn't that something? Didn't we know? Is that ringing a bell for anyone else? I feel like I know that name quite well, actually. I just, I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue. So, do you remember a dolphin, Graget?
I don't know names.
Of course we do.
Where's
We
it?
got dinner with the man.
Is it
Oh,
the mayor from that other town?
right. That dolphin, Gregid.
I was pretty sure. Why do you think this guy hated him so much? He seemed like a very nice fellow.
Don't know.
Well, he seemed to really only hate him, and I don't know. Let me look around a little bit, I guess. Maybe we'll find something. And I'll just look around the room a bit and see if the candle is suspicious.
So as you root around in the room here, looking for something, now you can roll me a perception check.
Yes, quite. I am very perceptive at all times.
Most perceptive.
32.
Pretty perceptive. There's not a lot of furniture still in the room at this point. There's just kind of a small table with a couple and a big chest of drawers on the wall by the door. The table doesn't have anything other than a low shelf to put anything on, which is nothing but a simple Abaddon Bible, the Manual of City Building, resting down there, and the lone candle on the top. The chest of drawers has got nothing but some old clothes and mouse droppings at this point. But as you're looking through it, the bottom drawer seems a bit shorter than the rest of them. And reaching back with a 32, you can definitely find out it has a false wooden back set into it that you can remove. Inside is a neat little stash of coins. heaping and glimmering in the light of whatever you're using to peer through here. 2 pieces of platinum. 13 of gold. Nestled to one side. Next to a heaping pile of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of silver coins.
Huh.
Well,
pick-
nothing
I'll
nothing
pick
of use in here. I start to close the drawer.
I'll pick up 2 silver and hand them to Cirque.
Thank you.
Yo.
Flick one in the air and catch it. That's what you get when you mess with me, Erebus. I am a betting man. You didn't know.
And here I am with 2 platinum in my hand. Oh, okay.
Zerg's not phased. He's got his 2 silver.
Okay.
And as you pull out the gold pieces, you would see there is also, just loose in the drawer, small little cluster of 3 pearls back there as well. Decent size, clear, nice condition, probably also worth several dozen gold apiece. A pretty impressive stash of wealth.
Well, does anybody else find this suspicious, or is it just me?
Maybe we should ask the sisters. Maybe they know a little bit more.
Yes, maybe. I mean, maybe they know. I'm surprised they didn't say anything, if they do, about Gregat or anything. It didn't seem to ring any bells for them, although we didn't really talk to them about him. I still find it odd that they had this ghost said such a hatred for him. It's very strange.
This smells like politics. I don't like that.
Does it? Well, the fiery eyes with the horns, they were very odd. I don't know. Kind of attractive too, but
Hmm.
you know, that's may or may not be relevant.
And here I
Ara?
thought someone had your eye.
Well, you know, females in general.
Ugh.
Ara, as you're outside, while they're looking through the room, while you're out here with the Flambonis, who are still just sort of peering through the door, trying to see what in the world is going on here, you would see a man approaching on the road. Sandy-haired, kind of carefree and windswept back away from his forehead, with a nice enough traveling jacket, coming down the road without much but a water skin on his hip and a small dagger on the other side. He's peering towards this estate, towards this farmstead, as he's coming closer to it. And as he sees the group of you all standing there, the Flambonis definitely look in the other direction, but you, he sees, sort of narrows his eyes and slows a little bit, and stops maybe 50, 60 feet back from the 3 of you outside.
I step forward, wave, big wave. Hi!
I'll step outside, up to Ara, look around. Hi!
Is there a
And as
Swinton out there? I'm looking for a man named Swinton. But I'll stay inside.
And man, confused as another shrubbery and a gnome pile out of the building like a clown car, looks up, and the Flambonis kind of turn around and look too. As they do, Tamiri immediately, her eyes kind of go wide, and she almost instinctively puts one foot forward towards him before she kind of stops herself. And a little bit of a smile spreads up on her face. The man, he looks fairly young. I mean, his early 20s at the latest. Raises up a hand. Hello! Can't do you much for with Swintons. But, sorry I'm late.
Oh, that's who you're meeting.
And,
Whew, I thought it was that old fucking ghost inside. Just a
he
little
makes his
there.
way up. The ghost?
There was a ghost?
No? Don't
Yes.
worry about it.
Well, Julie, Tammy, good to see you. The rest of you, Ichabod Kuru. This is my pa's place.
Do you know any Swintons? I'm still at the doorway, by the way. I haven't even walked out, really.
It's just kind of yelling. That they do know.
I gotta go back inside and look around a bit more.
He's just kind of thinking. There. No, there was a Swinton. It was a
What? I turn around and shoot back out again.
Yeah, they used to live in Carrick, I think.
Huh.
Huh. Died of the plague. What? Before I even left here.
Oh.
Oh, that's very good information. It's very nice to meet you. My name is Barkbeard.
A suit and title for you. You must be the circus friends.
Yes. You said this was your dad's place?
Not my grandpa's, yeah.
We may have laid his restless spirit to rest.
I don't know nothing about a restless spirit.
Well, there was a ghost inside and attacked us.
Boy, that's a lot more than I was expecting. Hell, as I came out here to just take a look at the place and saw the state of it and poked my head in the door and turned around immediately. What are you doing looking through the place? You lose something, do you know my father or my grandfather?
No, I think we were looking for you.
Well, I just figured to be meeting outside. I'd
Well,
invite
you
you
know-
in, but, well, he just kind of gestures to the building. You know,
Yeah,
the roof and all.
indeed.
Well, I hope no do harm came of it. I wasn't... Why, that's a right mess. Maybe I should have checked the place out a bit more. I didn't know where else really to send you other than town, and then... Well, I don't get into the square very often. But I, turns to the Flambonis. Quiet as ever? Quiet as ever.
Yep.
I walk up with a poster for him.
He kind of looks down at you. He reaches out and takes it. Yeah, I've heard some of this. The word came long before you did. Putting on a show in the Cleveland a couple of days, are you? Wish I could come, but I find myself, well, not great for coin recently. But they turns right back away from you to listen to me. You doing all right? You look fine. You look well. I mean, you've got interest in a lot of friends here for sure. And to Mary, sort of nods. Yeah. We're all right. A real talkative sort still. Give me a whole lot to go with. I felt maybe fresh air and, well, a taste of freedom would livened you up a little. Maybe something, but
They're just nervous, you know, whatnot, meeting you and whatnot. So you're the grandfather, not meeting you, but meeting you again. Not like you've never met before, probably. Who are you again?
Oof.
How do we know you?
and
What are we doing out here, Selwyn?
Julessa kind of nudges Demiri a little bit and looks down to you. He was with us back at the miner's place. You know, back before we found a circus. He was a good friend of ours, Tommy.
Ah, so you were banging.
Tamiri's face immediately turns as red as her hair.
Just ignore Barkbeard.
And the man just kind of smiles and laughs.
He says nothing important.
Very blunt, you circus folk. Very blunt. No such thing.
Well, you should have been your handsome lad, I say. So you said that you were the grandson of this person in
Well,
Finland here?
When I came back here, hoping to, I don't know what I was hoping to find, really. Heard in the town that he'd passed. Real recent, like, actually. Maybe a year now. Not sure. No, never one for real calendars in time. But, came to check out the farmstead. Well, see if it's technically rightfully mine, I figure. Didn't look as much to make of it, though, and certainly wasn't going to make much of myself as a farmer. And, looking out at the field, just kind of gesturing, especially on account of all of that. I didn't look for any tools or nothing, but, not my line of work.
So you didn't go into the back room at all?
Ain't going to the house. Poked the door open, saw the state of the place, and anything of value would have been pinched long ago, I figure. And look at it.
Yes, well, if there were any money or something of that sort, it would probably rightfully be yours, wouldn't it?
I come stumbling out the front door with a mound of silver coins. Now, man, look what I got. Oh, hello. These are heavy.
In my
You
defense, we
got
thought
a
this was
jiggling
abandoned.
sack thumping down the steps of the porch. Did you find that in there?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Batsky is getting the rest. There were so many.
They got damn terrible bandits around these parts.
Well, there was a ghost
Bloody
in there.
terrible. Well, Well, he turns back to the Flambonis and just says, can't stop smiling at this point. No, it's the massive grin. Tamiri's still just like red, featureless face. And Julessa has physically taken a step sideways away from them, putting some more distance there. Well, again, I'd invite you in, but... And, Julessa kind of sidles slowly back over, reaches out and, like, physically pushes on Tamiri and pushes her forwards, who just digs her heels into the dirt and does not move. It is incredibly awkward for everyone. It is just a standoff.
Well, not to break up the awkward tension and whatnot, but do you remember speaking to your father about Dolphin Gregot at any point, or your grandfather? When was the last time you spoke to him? Did he have any grudges against people in particular?
My father. How do you think I met these fine ladies?
I
Don't
would
talk to me,
assume.
father.
Ah.
But, no, I don't keep up much on town talk. Dolphin Gregot, that's the, he's the master of the Grange now, isn't he? We've, met briefly,
Yeah.
but
When you told him who you were, did he seem any interested or anything in particular?
oh, it wasn't much of an introduction there. He'd already been, caught up, so to speak.
Caught up. Like he was caught in a trap?
No, that's... Look, I don't know much of the Grange of their business. I try my best to stay out of it, actually. That's, easier for all of us. But, Tammy, you, I imagine, have a hell of a lot to be up to with these fine circus folk here. You seem colorful.
No one
yeah.
called us fine.
Yep. That's
He looks
what
over to
everyone calls us.
Zergent and large. He's some kind of strong man. Is he doing the bending the bars and breaking the beams?
He is the strongest man.
Strongest man alive, he says.
I think the last time he picked up a mammoth.
That's
Or
true.
was or was that Ash?
No,
Picked up
no.
a mammoth. I don't even
No,
seem
actually,
possible.
he picked up a woman who was carrying a mammoth.
Yes.
That seems even less possible.
That was very possible. I was there for it.
I gotta say, I imagine you can make a fair bit of coin doing something, but different from just flexing your mighty muscles for an audience. But I'm the last person to be choosing how people spend their lives.
I get up next to Selwyn. Selwyn.
What?
He said he's not good at farming. Maybe he wants a job.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to join the circus?
Find the
We
circus,
have
though.
coin recently acquired.
And you are friends with the sisters here.
Doing what exactly?
Oh, no,
I
I'm
never
paying
have.
you.
I hate to break
We
it to you.
have many
but
jobs.
all the talent lives in these fine women here. I am amazed they managed to make something after that. I was just a miner. I just dug the holes.
Well, that means he's
we
strong.
have-
He makes a perfect roustabout.
Yeah, you can be arrested.
Masako does need groomed from time to time.
Tamiri,
Maybe not.
dug in as she is, as Julius is kind of give up on pushing her. Tamiri immediately kind of shoots up. Oh, come with us. Ichabod, you should come with us.
Hey,
It gets you away from here. It gets you away from, well, this an old dead estate and memories that come with it. We're traveling. We don't stay here.
And we are very successful.
And
Yeah.
you'll be able to catch the show.
And this is the cost of sadness.
Well, he has to pay for a ticket, though, right?
No, that's a roustabout. Family
That
just
was
come.
Ralston. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
Well,
okay.
if
Do you make Masako pay? Huh, Gray?
It's part of the show, Selwyn.
So, yeah, and so will he.
I gotta tell you, I've got about no experience in any proper gainful employment, so to speak. But
Experienced. Who cares?
We just hired a bunch of bandits.
I grew
If
up in
we
They tried
were
to rob
far
us.
Yeah, well, it didn't work very well. Not to worry. In fact, it worked rather poorly.
Oh.
And we are richer now.
you find
They
yourselves
try
getting a
to
good
rob-
return on investment much with that. Hiring bandits to work for you.
Well, you know, they tried a robbery, but we walked out robber free.
You have a Pegasus, too.
They got
Hey,
our money
thanks.
one way or another.
He turns back to Mary, who's finally now looking up in his eyes, and she's her hands folded pretty tightly together, like she's almost wringing him. Please, Ichabod.
Or
One time about
cast some dancing lights around her head. Maybe just slightly behind her.
What?
I try to cast dancing lights around her. It just ends up being light, and I keep this. My hand goes down, smacks my own hand with it. Ah. Turns out I can't cast that anymore. Frederick went somewhere. I don't know where he went.
Where'd he go?
Oh.
And
Maybe
He went on an
lost.
adventure.
Ichabod smiles and looks down at Selwyn. Ah, hell, why not? I feel as though I'm neglecting my gainful duties at this estate here, but
You can always come back later.
That's true.
When you're.
it's a joke.
Oh.
And
Sorry, I'm used to me making all the jokes. You know,
Strange sort
not
of
like
folk to
these.
be sure, but a fair shake kinder than those I'm used to working with. Well, if you'll take a man with no experience and a half a head at best on his shoulders, now you can carry stuff around with the best of them.
Here, carry all this coin back to our camp.
It is rather heavy.
We have a
Real
bag of
trust with a
Poland.
big sack of money to a man you just met. So it is.
Well, I run faster than you do, so I'm not too worried.
And you can see out of the corner of your eye, Jalessa just sort of nudges Tamiri and smiles, and Tamiri looks over and looks down, blushing again, kind of turning red. Ichabod doesn't notice. He reaches down to grab a sack of coins and hauls up and oh! Oh, it could have come with the first vault itself for the weight of this thing. He picks it up, two hands, hauling this big sack in front of his chest. All right, well, tell me we're not going very far.
oh,
Going
pretty far.
I'll pull out the bag of holding. Just pour it into the sack, sir.
You get his money, pour it into the magical sack of wonders.
What do you mean his money? This is our money.
Your money.
Finders keepers.
Finders keep. We killed a ghost. It's basically our fee.
And the magical sack of money fills. And the group of you make your way back towards the campgrounds. And here, I figure, we should take our midstream break. Stand up, refill the drinks. My drink's pretty completely empty. Stretch your legs, use the bathroom if you got to. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, and we have got a show to perform for the good people of Matt and Cleve. The environs beyond. Don't go too far. We return. We got a little bit longer to continue our advertisements before the curtain rises once more.
A little bit longer to continue this show.
We'll be
Let's
right
get it.
back, everybody. Back, everybody. Get the sound of the cleave back together here. As we make our way back into town, prepare for the show here, within Madden Cleave itself. Now, the farmstead was not terribly far away, so it only took you maybe a few hours out of your morning to walk down there, deal with that strange specter, meet Ichabod, hire Ichabod, and make your way back down. So with 4 days left before the show, you can absolutely still advertise 2 times.
Fine.
If that
I
is
shall lead.
what you wish to do. Selwyn's gonna lead this time. What are you doing?
I'm gonna scream into my microphone. It's like, come on.
The thing that we got is
come
banned
on.
from Carrick.
Well,
not
if it
banned
doesn't
from
work
Madden
once,
Cleave,
try,
though.
try again. Who
All
is
right, Chief.
assisting?
I'm assistant.
I'll assist.
Give me your
Oh.
assists, comrades. Throw me them society checks.
Okay.
Through it.
You're terrible.
You're a point.
You're okay.
Yikes.
You mean I really,
Or
I
it's
really
still
help.
terrible.
I'm so helpful.
R is so awful. R is not a good
It's
helper.
okay. We just.
It's
can't
all
pull
right.
each other out. It's
Barkbeard
okay.
critically succeeded, so he'll
Oh,
assist
that's
for
right.
both of you. So
I
I
still,
don't
assisted
know how I
Barkbeard.
assisted you, but
Still-
like.
well, it's
just-
it's over 2 days.
Oh,
Of,
2 days.
Yeah, this is a 2
Can
day
you remove
long.
Frighten from me, sir?
No. Fine.
No.
There. Fine. I guess if you want to roll with no debuffs, just because you don't have any debuffs. Give me your society check. You have a +4 from the assistance of your comrades.
Comrade.
The rooster is still here.
Alright. Alright, in the name of the
Rastafari is
holy
still here.
Rastafari, I cast society.
Cock-a-doodle fucking do, man.
Do,
That's a-
47.
Damn.
Plus, was that? Oh, it has the +4. Just bam, +4. Cock-a-doodle destroyed that check. Easy critical success. What is your charisma modifier, young lady?
Well, I am a rogue, so you know, it's not my main step, but it is 4.
I thought it was. So another 26 anticipation, bringing you up to 61 before this upcoming show. Leaving us 2 days to try to hype it up before Fire Day comes and the curtain rises. Who wants to lead this final 48 hours?
I will.
I mean, I was clearly really successful, so like you
They're
don't.
both
I
really
mean,
successful.
You don't
They
mess
both.
with success.
No.
Don't mess with success.
All I do
I'm
is
sure.
win.
All I do is win, sir. I am
matter
a
what.
winner. No matter what.
All right. Shut up, Rastafari! All right, Ara.
He's so good.
I've brought Rastafari with me to help me do this.
Okay, let's see it, Aura.
Yeah,
Don't suck.
Rastafari.
We cast Don't Suck. Oh,
He
you
didn't suck. +2, Barkbeard. He didn't suck.
Also
+2.
didn't suck.
Yeah.
I like how
That means
neither.
that means I can keep BAM as is. BAM!
Oh.
Reroll.
Let's see, last hero point, Chief.
So, 35.
But it flipped it into a critical success!
Bam!
Right? Yep.
Go
Now-
big.
People here seem to be incredibly excited about the show. Perhaps the population of the central Mattencleave area, small as it is almost entirely counteracted by how badly they want to see a circus, how new something like this is to them. And maybe you guys are just getting really good at this. Maybe you're just getting really, really good at the
Maybe we're
presentation.
just awesome.
Maybe you're just awesome. Remind me, did you get biggest tentus?
I did get biggest tenses, yes.
So your cap is now 100, I believe.
Yes.
And binoculars. Or are those temporary?
That's a temporary. That's a
No,
one
no.
use.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got Tent the Huge, which means your anticipation limit is 100.
B.
So with you have 87, 3 critical you critically succeeded all 3 checks to promote. Oh boy! There's big boots to fill today, my dudes. Big
They're expecting to see gods!
boots. They are expecting to actually, I imagine, see the face of a literal deity at this point. But you don't know what it is that they're after, but it's
I know, it's me.
going to be a damn good show. Hopefully. Let me find us the big top. The circus.
Ooh.
Bring us all back over yonder. Clean
What
it
is
up
that
a
thing
little
on my-
bit.
Hi.
Ara's still a fire baby. Which also
What is that?
makes him humongous.
Oh my god, he's so big.
That
No,
terrible token above me. What is that? Oh my god,
You're
it's terrifying.
dying slowly.
You
That
are
is from the
the
fight with the
jester's
weird
fucking with us,
gestures. Yeah, the weird gestures. Last thing we did here. So I
Ew.
can move that from you. Boop boop. And Zerg as well. Boop boop. Are we ready?
Jeremiah!
Jeremiah's here.
Cookie's here.
Cookie's here.
Cookie's
Cookie's always
here.
here. He cooks your
Everybody's here.
meals.
Yeah.
As the day comes, Fire Day, the 29th rather of Gazrin, the day of the show for the Mattencleave. An incredible amount of people arrive. It's a good thing that you got this new larger tent, or you absolutely would not be able to seat everyone who, what Dolphin and Greg had told you, this is a great place to put on a show. It doesn't look like much at first, but boy does this tent fill. Fill! With farmers coming in from miles around, miles away, outlying settlements, absolutely jam-packing, overflowing the town square on the day of. And as night approaches, the sunset looms, filtering in, slamming your tickets, filling this brand new, gigantic freaking tent. And as you prepare, now Selwyn's got some master plans in mind. This is the main job. We've done this many times before now. We're circus experts. Who's going on first?
Well,
Wait a minute! As you get ready to start your opening act, there is a problem.
What?
You hear a cacophonous racket outside the tent. What sounds like a stampede of baying wolves descending on the tent.
What?
That's not me.
Well, you better fix it.
You go to look outside at this huge hassle drawing attention away from your show, whatever this incredible cataclysmic event is, and you see an ocean of Shoonies.
Yes! The
They
dog
did
of
spread the words.
Hundreds of Shoonies
Oh boy.
that have massed outside the tent, well dressed. Some of them in their finest. Little purses and bags opening, digging for coins, thronging in a sea around your ticket booths and your side shows. Here for the evening's entertainment. There is absolutely no way on planet Earth your tent could conceivably handle this. But they don't seem to care. They are so excited about it. They seem perfectly happy to peer in through the doorways, fill the aisles between the stands, and to gather around in a mass collective excitement. And you are going to get 12 more anticipation,
Yo.
bringing you
Woof woof.
to 99.
Oh. Bark, bark.
Bark.
Do
Bark,
we have any of those
bark.
Woof.
binoculars left over?
Binoculars.
No, we do not.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's him.
Well, you'll hear like slightly from one side, like kind of near, but not too near the Shoonies. Just like a oh, trying to get. I've heard this works, but I don't know if it works with these.
Oh my god, no.
Why are you doing that? That's
So
not...
fucking racist, Barkbeard. What are you doing?
Even I am offended by this. I don't understand.
No, not to worry. Then I'd like toddle off again. God darn it! I really thought that would work.
Was that his mating call or something, Solomon? I don't understand what he was
I
doing.
don't know.
I don't want to know.
Same, actually.
All right, lads. Who's going on first? You have some Omega shoes to fill this show. 99 anticipation is far and away the highest cap you've had. You just got this
Alright.
brand new tent and it's overflowing.
Barkbeard, you go first.
All right. Don't worry. I won't try that again. It didn't work, and I'm quite disappointed about it, actually.
Feel bad.
All right,
Ready to go.
Barkbeard. So, Selwyn is the ringmaster. Set us off.
Holy shit, that is a lot of dogs.
It would be an astronomical amount of shoonies.
Please tell me you said that into the live mic. Holy shit!
Oh, wait. Is this thing on? Woo. Ladies and gentle dogs, boys and girls, pups and puppies of all kind. Welcome to this most extravagant of shows. You've heard far and wide throughout the coast of sadness about the one shining beacon, the one hope you have to live for. And we will not disappoint. We're here to fill your dark souls with light. To give you an experience you shall never forget. And without further ado, I give you Ara the Undaunted. And I will set that.
Leaving Barkbeard just standing there in the rain.
Whoops.
I feel like that's intentional.
It actually wasn't.
Was it not?
It felt like it was like you just hung him up the
I thought it was.
Ara walks out, looks around.
perfect.
Ara puts his hand on Barkbeard's shoulder. You got this, Barkbeard. He's walking.
You got all his like catapults and stuff set up out here for his show.
And Ara just walks in front of Barkbeard's show and just sits on the ground, cross-legged, and watches.
And now I give you Barkbeard.
From like the backstage curtain.
So you would see, and I'd be like, "Oh, okay, I think we're supposed to be on." And you would actually see Barkbeard disappear into the ground, kind of sink into the ground, and there would be some cannons kind of lining, and a kind of a drill, like military style, get ready for action, kind of looking out for danger kind of thing. And you'd see roots kind of crawl through into the middle of the ring. And from the roots would sprout a small, tiny little plant. And it would just grow and grow and grow and grow into this tree. And the military kind of setup would ready, aim, kind of alarmed, kind of seem alarmed by the tree. And as the crowd kind of is confused at this, like, very nice looking tree, I would say, very nice looking tree in the middle, it would grab it out of the roots, just grab rocks and part of the ground, and just kind of look like it's raging as they pull the triggers to light the cannons. And then I would make a fortitude save.
Fire a fusillade of cannonballs at this tiny little tree, baby.
Yes.
Perfect.
A raging tiny tree, baby. Whoa. We need to start it better. Because that's a session reroll right there. It's going to be the most fortitude you've ever... Yeah, that's much better. 34.
34 succeeds. And with this first performance, adding 9 excitement to the table. Continue.
And as I rip the ground out, as I grow out of the ground, the cannons shoot, and I reach back, catch, and throw it back into the cannons, in kind of sequence. Try not to destroy the cannons because those things are expensive. So that's going to be an athletics.
All right. So changing tricks, gonna give you 2 excitement immediately. They can be athletics at a -4 is your trait's agile, right?
Yeah, because it's athletics, yeah. Okay, so this -4. So 25.
25
I guess I
is-
could. I think it was 26 last time. So,
Roll, sir.
I think I maybe rolled it with my hero
With
point.
your million hero points.
My
So
my
your
million hero
giant
points.
stack.
Yes. Quite. Okay, yes. This time for sure. Much better. So, 32.
32 succeeds, adding another 9 excitement to the board as you sling these cannonballs one by one back into the tubes from whence they came.
And then as the cannons go back in, the tree will just degrow. I don't know what that is. Kind of melt back into the ground. The same
Degrow.
way it
I like
came out.
degrow.
Degrow. I don't know
The
what
word.
the word for that is. So that's what we're using.
I mean,
Degrow.
is growing in it. Degrow's probably, yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah. So shrink back into the ground, leaving just like the tiniest of twigs as the vines kind of spread out in all the directions, wrapping around the cannons and pulling them away. And that would be the third one.
The third check. Ooh,
No.
minus?
Oh. No. That's not my third check. That was just me disappearing.
Okay. Fair enough. So, a successful opening act as the crowd is beyond excited by the strange performance they've just seen before them. This weird bush creature, the cannons firing, there's the howling of Shoonies echoing through the tent over the cheers of the farmers in the stands. And with that successful opening act, crowd's warmed up. Trick check
Even the
DC going
Shoonies-
from...
Yeah, even the Shoonies would feel the vines kind of roll beneath the ground, even outside behind the tent.
DCs for your checks down by 1 for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
Crowd's warmed
right.
up and ready. So for the build-up to the main event,
All right.
what
let's
2
do,
acts are going in the outer rings?
Let's do Cirque and Asha and Miss Dance and Sullivan.
Zerg and Asha, Miss Dancer, Selwyn. Boop. Alrighty. We will start. Alrighty. For the building up the rising action here. Zerg, Asha, and a giant mammoth head out into the right ring to do what?
Riding out, typical fashion. Asher at the front, me at the back, calling, getting a bit of excitement for the crowd, building it up as we enter our little circle. And once again, flipping off to either side of the mammoth. Landing on our feet, bowing, waving our hands around, flexing a little bit, really milking this.
Season them.
Yeah, And Asha is going to push the mammoth slowly so that it's falling onto Zerg. And Zerg is going to then lift it and roll it back over his head to land on his feet the other way, on the other side.
Oh, that's awesome.
We're doing it. That's awesome. all right. Give me a check. Roll this. Yeah, you literally like doing gymnastics with a freaking mammoth.
Yeah. Athletics.
Oh, wow.
37.
Critical success as he pulls this off absolutely without a hitch.
So the mammoth is rolling towards braces and taking the weight as he lifts it up over his head. Pause, wink, and roll it back as he lands behind Zerg.
The
Not a
crowd
problem.
is absolutely blown away by whatever this is. This sheer feat of strength seeming to impress them. Like, they're a bunch of farmers. You would think that this would be the kind of thing they're not super into, but they absolutely eat it up. On this side of the tent, the cheers and the shooty howling is deafening. On the other side, Selwyn and Miss Dancer.
That's me, and that's Miss Dancer. As I've done before, I get upon my mount, fly high up into the top of this circus. Well, top. And at the zenith, I almost fall off, barely clutching at the mane. And Miss Dancer, as we practiced, looks like this was not planned, and starts jerking around, flying around wildly as I'm holding on for dear life, trying to make the crowd, scared on my behalf. This is something going wrong, but they're not sure it's going wrong. And I would like to lead with an intimidate.
Okay.
For a 35.
Which is exactly going to critically succeed because the crowd is already warmed up for this. Double critical success on the build-up. Both sides of this. I don't know how you guys keep managing to top the previous performance, but you keep doing it. As Selwyn falls outside the tent, gasping in awe and fear, the mammoth, Gigi, lands on her feet after having been hoisted over Zerg
And Asha, who, in the process of the mammoth lift and tuck, Asha has slid between Zerg's legs to the other side. Now, on the opposite, now we're both once again on opposite sides of Gigi. Zerg pushes the mammoth onto Asha.
All right.
And now it's Asha's turn Asha to do the exact same
This is all
thing.
just a setup to prove that Zerg is the strongest man alive, isn't it? Because she has to do it at a -4.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
It's
But-
rigged. It's rigged the whole time.
The difference,
Big
though,
game.
this time is that Asha's not going to be dropping Gigi on the other side. Asha's going to be holding Gigi up.
All right. Give me your check. Do athletics against -4 this time. So, a 29.
29. I think
I mean, you know it succeeds.
You know that succeeds.
Does it? Oh, I wanted a critical success, so that's good. Yeah, that's good. All right.
You know what regular succeeds.
If you know what, regular's fine. Asha could look okay.
The holding up Gigi.
So
feet-
Gigi is now on its back like a turtle, while being held up.
She's just down, looking like a totem. Completely almost horizontal. She's down so low, trying to get her weight into this. Selwyn, falling through the air.
Yes. And suddenly, the crowd's scared for me. They don't know what's going on. But suddenly I just swing myself back almost effortlessly onto the mount. And start gliding through the air atop the Pegasus. Doing backflips atop of it. Doing all kinds of acrobatic shit. The whole lot. And I would like to make my second with, acrobatics.
All right,
Funnily
3
enough.
excitement for 2 traits.
Oh God, sir.
Out of hero
not-
points.
Sir.
Do you not have any more hero points?
He's
No,
out of
I've got
hero
nothing.
points.
Sir.
With
Hey, Arbus, can you donate one, sir?
Can I
a
give him one?
natural
No, I can't.
1.
Can you donate me one?
I
What
would.
happens? What happens, Selwyn? That's a critical failure. You're not using a saving though, so you don't have the injury trait here.
No, but I do crash into the fucking ground after
Oh no! Someone!
and with my face in the dirt, I go, "Surrender the claw."
Tony Two Toes, immediately on the case, comes rushing out with barrels of water hoisted by some clowns, which they dump unceremoniously across Selwyn and all the ground around you, just making a total mockery of the scene here. But it is going to reduce the critical failure to a regular failure. But the clowns are
Fucking damn it.
occupied. So if Zerg wants to go for the 3-peat, he does not have the clowns available.
I'm gonna roll out of the fucking suit. I'm actually just side rolling off out of the stage.
And the clowns buy into it too. One of them just going rolling you across the ground like a log, and then as you get up to the curtain, physically tripping over you onto the ground on top of you. Another clown rushing over to help, landing in the heap, just making a big show of it. Miss Dancer is clearly displeased.
I was done being a clown. I'm sorry, Miss Dancer. It's my fault.
Someone, you okay?
No, something more important than my body's been injured. My pride.
If you go for the 3-peat, it's at a -8.
A -8, huh? Well, right now, Gigi is on top of Asha, and Zerg's just kind of standing there. It's very impressive. So,
This is bullshit.
Asha is going to release Gigi onto Zerg, who will then put Gigi down. So Zerg still has to lift up Gigi, but then put it down. We're going for the 3-piece, but we're going to go for a stylish.
Do it,
Hot
buddy!
potato with Gigi. Fear level 0.
I can't wait for him to just fucking get crushed by him. His Zerg dies.
Hero point. I've got a hero point.
You have your last hero point.
20.
It can't get worse. Well, it
Hot
can't get worse.
potato,
It's incredibly
hot
unlikely.
Ooh.
32.
32
That's a
minus
minus-
8
Oh,
is a
fuck.
24. You're gonna do it, but just barely. It's gonna, you get the mammoth over, but just barely. That's gonna fail. It's not a massive failure. It's just it's all right
didn't
enough.
fall into the
Attention's
ground.
yeah, you didn't lose any excitement. Attention's very diverted to the weird clown show going on over here.
But the mammoth has been put down. Pass down. It wasn't the prettiest dismount ever, but it certainly happened and it worked. And we get on to Gigi and ride the fuck out of there.
Fail. With a successful build-up, the crowd is more excited than ever for tonight's big number. The anticipation raises once again, and whoever you send in, Arbus, your first check is going to get a +5 because the crowd is so bought in here.
I would like to step in first.
You are the ringmaster.
I am. And,
dirt in your hair.
Just
Little bloody nose.
after that spectacular performance by us, we wouldn't have brought you here if we did not have something truly special. And I feel like it's time to unveil it. You think that mammoths are cool. You think that pegasi are cool. You think that a gnome falling face first into the dirt is cool. Well, I got news for you. Tonight we bring you Erebus, the Stormborn, the Friend of the Forest, the Whisper in the Wind, the Valitu, the Hofika Rock, the Companion of the Searing Scales, the Grey-Eyed Grace, the Crown of Flowers, Witch of the Woodlands, the Flame of Freedom, the Pearl of Passion, the Fantastic Wielder of Magic, and, most importantly and finally, the Empress of the Wild here at the Circus of Wayward Wonders. Give it up for Bray, and I'll step up.
That's quite. Yeah, that deserves +5.
Damn. Damn.
Erebus, as you stride out into the center ring, the crowd excited for the evening's main event. All eyes are on you.
You see Aura just in the front of the stands with 2 big thumbs ups.
Surrounded by a ton of Shunies that are just sitting on the floor in front of the bleachers because there's not enough room for them.
Okay, so a large cloud of obscuring mist starts to dissipate as you see Arbus inside the cage, as she has done before in the past, and the drum beats start to intensify as the song begins. Dancing in the cage, around the cage, using the cage to get up and slide out like effortlessly, tumble down to the outside. Dancing, she's smiling, happier than she's ever been, having a ball. And from the other side, here comes Basako rushing towards her to begin their dance, and I will roll here.
All right, and you have a +5 on this from the crowd being as warmed up as they are. +5 for this first check. And does your trick, did you add the magical trait to your trick?
No, I just did that.
Okay, I just needed to scheme yesterday. I was curious.
I do have animal though, so I get that +1 for.
Yep, if you're doing nature, you get a +1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shift click, circumstance +6. Right? 5
Yep.
from that, and then 1 from the nature.
Yep. Big booster.
For a 25, I think I could do better than that. I'm gonna hero point that. I got hero points.
So that doesn't have the plus.
It didn't have it on it?
Yeah, it's definitely 6 higher than that. So it's a 31.
Oh, then never mind. Because I thought that was only 25 with all that. I had definitely.
No,
added
yeah,
it.
you can see what it adds right above it. You did +6 didn't make it. So that is a 31, actually, which is a solid success, a solid start, not critical, but good.
Okay. The dance will continue, and Sheol comes from the other side, sort of doing what Masako does, and we're all sort of dancing, mimicking each other's moves. They're trying to be more humanistic.
Humanistic.
Humanistic. Let's go with that.
Or humanoid, I guess. Would be the-
Humanoid? I guess. And at times, I'm almost acting animalistic like them. It's slow, it's primal, at times beautiful. But at the crescendo, they both go to each end and charge towards me as I come sliding through, and they dive over top me at the same time for the finale of that. And we'll roll for that to see how that goes.
Alrighty, so you don't have the +5. Get that for your first go.
Yeah, and this is I use survival on this one.
Oh, okay, so free excitement.
Free excitement.
Which for a real air start.
Oh, gross.
This is a -4. You don't have the agile trait. It is a -5, actually.
Yikes.
You can hero point.
Yeah, this is gonna be. It's gonna be your boy. Of course. Oh boy. That's a. Ooh. That's a 21. That probably doesn't do the job, huh?
21's coasting. It's a. You can tell that after all the hype, the crowd's not terribly impressed with this main event here. Like, it's not bad. It's not. You did a real good job of selling yourselves with 3 critical successes to promote anticipation, to hype it up. And they're not like, okay. Yeah, it's not like any booing or anything, but it's like, it's a very meh audience.
So the usual wrap up. They walk off stage left, and I'm morph into a wolf as well to follow them off. Looking at the crowd, kind of disappointed. You know,
Send in the clowns.
Yeah, we could send in the clowns, sir.
Oh, I thought we already used it, but yeah, that's right.
It's
you
once
used
per
them every-
act.
Once per act. So
The main event
that
is a
turns
different act. You
failure
have them
into
again now.
success, right?
Yeah, it turns failure into a success.
Yeah, I send in the clowns for the second one. Just to,
Selwyn sends in the clowns.
I send myself in, dude. I'm doing backflips with these wolves. I'm redeeming myself, damn it.
By being a clown?
Yeah, duh.
The Selwyn comes in with a couple of the clowns, as they can tell the audience is milding very hard. And with some backflips and some comical performances, some panicked fear, shaky knees, and running in terror from your wolves, they get you back behind the curtain. But the crowd, a little more amused.
Before that happens, right when we get to the edge of the curtain, Arbus stops. I grab my head, start to rub it like an intense migraine or something. And I look at the wolves, who are now kind of like backing away from me almost. A little whimpery. And I turn back to the crowd and walk back out to the center ring. As I'm walking, I will slick my hands through my hair. As I do, it becomes completely magically straight, almost like it's greased. And I will look directly at the crowd. This is what you do. This is what you do with the life and the power that you have stolen from me. You dance. You dance for these lesser creatures. You crawl out of your cage you now live in to entertain them with my power. They should be kneeling before me, not the other way around.
The crowd, especially what's nearest in the front here, confused, not sure if this is part of an act or not. They don't really know how to react, and the tent, it's a lot quieter.
You love this. I can glean as much. And that is why I am going to destroy it. She holds her hands out to her sides. A wild storm begins to start brewing outside, the wind picking up, the thunder getting closer. You've never seen this amount of power coming off Arbus.
Uh-oh.
Ara wants to actually run up and tackle Arbus like in a hug and embrace around her waist.
Not stopping.
And it's not stopping. And it's like,
I cast haste on myself. I sprint up to Arbus, and with as much force as I can muster, I hit her in the back of the head with the hilt of my sword.
Don't see it coming, so that'll probably knock me out. Pretty focused on killing
give me-
everybody.
give me an attack roll, Selwyn. You got Ara hanging off one side of her and you the other, so you got flanking.
Well, I hit.
Bonk.
Bonk.
34. And Arbus is flat-footed, almost critically hits. She doesn't. Do you have armor normally, Arbus?
Not when I'm performing, no.
Yeah, so
So
you actually would absolutely critical bonk.
Yeah. Bonk. And she goes down. And
The wind stops, the storm stops, all that.
I look at the crowd. We all have such fun here, right? And I'm just like, good gesture. Let's get her the fuck out. We start dragging her out. We can barely lift her.
As you
Stay tuned for the next act. And I just mouth to our. What the fuck?
Mr. Tura.
you get her back behind the curtain, and the professor and Tulip both meet you at the backstage. Tulip just looking bewildered, the professor kind of leaning over you. What? What was that? What was happening?
I don't know, but I think the crowd almost got, one of those shocking experiences you hear about. Not in a good way.
And you'd look over to Barkbeard, and he's just on his knees, bowing.
That didn't even sound like Arbus's voice.
It wasn't.
I think that's the alter ego I've been hearing about.
That's... On with the show.
The show must go on. Yes.
Yeah,
we have a finale.
Right, yes.
All of this, the
three
crowd's
people,
confused. We better absolutely knock it out of the park with this last act.
Who do we
the
even have
best
left?
we have. We have Ara. Ara can go.
Okay, you solid hour, undaunted, unbroken, on other adjectives you can add on to.
Give me blue.
All right, you get blue.
And water guy. I want
And
them on my
water guy.
sides.
Okay, water guy and blue.
I want those.
Blue
I want
and
these
dyed
3
it.
acts.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, you can have them. Who
I
else
want
do
them
we
as
have?
my extra acts.
Those were the 2 I was going to recommend.
I
Well,
want them.
shit, they're okay. Well,
I want them on my sides and the side rings. I want them
I see.
side by
Oh,
side.
right.
It's a misunderstanding.
Okay.
I completely agree.
Yep.
That was
of course, that
exactly
was the last
what I had
question.
recommended.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what
Yep.
I was thinking. That's perfect.
I get it there.
I'm glad
Yep.
we're all on the same page. Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, in a minute.
And a gesture to a halfling roustabout that I've been doing my act with.
I go in like real quick. It's like, for our final act, closing act, you are already undaunted, blue, and the water guy.
You can highlight him and see his name in Foundry. Come on.
The water guy.
He's in your journal, dude.
But it's not as funny.
All right, someone can't read.
I can read. I just don't.
Just kind of distracted at the moment. Okay.
What are words?
So you got a distance to make up. Let me tell you the standings as we enter the final round finale. You did have a successful main event, which means you get another 9 excitement, putting you to 85. You got 85 excitement. You came in here with 99 anticipation, which would be not a terribly high target. 2 good successes, you got it. But you've had a hell of a show. These people are even more excited than they were before they'd entered. And the Shoonies, this overflowing tent, you are at 118 anticipation.
What the fuck?
The Shoonies have brought a lot of face here.
Fucking chunies, dude.
About everyone from the eastern half of the Swartlands
The woofers.
has come to see.
They're too powerful.
You gotta make some progress. Ara, lead us off in his centering here.
All right, so Ara doesn't actually walk out. One of the halfling roustabouts we have lying around carries him out like he's a toy and just lays him down in the middle of the ground. His ring is covered in coal. And as the halfling walks out, he turns around and stirs on a match, lighting the whole ring on fire with Ara in the center.
And the fire bursts up. And when it comes back down, Ara is standing up with his hands above his head. I'm going to make my intimidate roll.
Now, as this fire comes up, before you even start to do anything, the crowd immediately breaks out in excitement. The Shoonies howling with glee. These are farmers. They don't get to see much of this sort of performance. And the fire aspect of this is clearly incredibly engaging to them. You get a +2, because your trick's got the fire trait on it.
Yes. Shift click. Math. I'm going to hero point.
That's a natural one.
That is a natural one.
Oof.
Oof.
Okay, that's why hero points exist.
How do I roll something
Right click.
I've already rolled? Right click?
Right click, and you should be able to right click and reroll. Actually, it doesn't show up on that skill check for some reason, so I guess just roll it again.
I'm just gonna roll
I
again.
can see it on like Selwyn's short sword attack.
That was a dramatic roll. So +2, so 24.
24. Just gonna fail. They're excited about the fire, but then they don't see much come of it. You can tell they're really into the fire here. There are a bunch of pyros in this audience, clearly. And it's this burning coals here. Maybe they wanted it to be more. No progress on the excitement. The right ring, almost the opposite is going to occur. Where Dynan, the amazing aqua kineticist, is going to start the water guy. Where the water guy, the amazing aqua kineticist, is going to start his performance. His hands outstretched over the ground as puddles start to slowly form beneath them before water starts to appear almost flat on the surface. We're pulling upwards towards his hand, dripping, inverted, up to his palms. Even these small droplets, as this begins, the same excitement. These people don't get to see magic of any kind. Most of them have never seen magic in their lives, other than Ara's fireballs. They get to see that either. And the magic, similarly, is going to give him a +2 on his performance, as he starts with occultism. So who wants to roll for your boy here? He's got a +16. 17 because of the magical trait. +17 right now.
All right.
I can roll her.
Yes, she has hero points.
Yes, lady with
Smart
4 hero
brain.
points. Would you like to
So
roll?
smart.
Yes, quite. So +17, I'm just gonna roll a d20.
And this time we're not sabotaging our acts.
Okay, yes.
So it's a
+17, 20.
4.
Okay, well, we're going to try that again with
Doesn't
the
24
nice.
make- Doesn't 24
No.
make it?
That's with the plus, all the pluses in there.
It's a bit,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's-
+17
but
is
it-
his ending total.
But isn't it easier for them since they're low level?
Oh yeah, you're right. His he's not level 9. His DC is 23. Yeah, that does succeed for him because he's only a level 8 trick.
Aha.
So as his trick starts,
Got him.
you're right. Good thinking.
I'm so smart.
So
You
smart.
are so smart.
And
The
handsome.
crowd's absolutely bought into this magic happening here. 8 excitement, 93. On the left side of the ring, Blue. Boy, is he determined to not let you down like one time ever. Because every time you let him out in the ring,
Alright, we should have Brennan roll again because he still has those 4 hero points.
it doesn't go great for him. So
We can have Shemi roll. He also has hero points.
he's a little more
That's
reserved
true.
this time. He's gonna start a little simpler. And he inhales, blows out a thin line of smoke, which just kind of spirals around him. Up almost like a barbershop pole, making a column up into the air as he just continues to blow, adding more and more of this thickening green mist rising in whirls into the air. And he ain't here to play games. He's using his big one at a +12.
Okay, Shemi. You gotta do this. Big one for the team.
D20 plus 12.
Bring it home, you. Bring it home.
Okay. Plus 12.
And if you don't, you're a failure. No
Easy
pressure.
peasy. Oh boy. I got 18.
You want to keep that? You do know, because you know their DCs. You know that's a failure. And you rolled a 6 on the die. You need an 8 on the die.
Oh, I thought that was.
I think I was trying to tell you something here, Jimmy, but I'm not sure.
I can roll it again, but I thought that was my hero point. All right. Well, I'll do it again.
You're leading. You're leading.
Yeah, you're leading the act, bro.
Roll again.
All right. Well, we're going again because I need.
Yeah, you need to do something in your life. Sorry.
Wow.
No pressure, by the way.
Wow. Coming from the critical failure.
It wasn't a critical failure. It's just regular failure.
Did you fall off your horse or something? I can't remember. What happened?
Interesting. Did you roll any crits?
I did it again. Exact same fucking roll, man.
Good job, idiot.
We just
Blue.
I am not the storm that's approaching.
The eternal disappointment.
Not dude.
You just can't get it up.
Oh,
Let's try, Virgil.
Unfortunate. Aura. Second action, clown still available.
Alright. Aura. Fire, as we all know, is very unpredictable and flickers in ways we are not expecting. So Aura has to actually concentrate a little bit. And he's going to gain control over his fire. It's going to go up in the shape of a big top. Like a mini big top inside a bigger big top.
Tiny tent around your ring.
And then it dies down, and inside you see he's controlling 5 separate fires. One that looks like a little gnome, one that looks like a woman dancing, one that looks like a big, strong orc, and another that looks like a fierce lizard. And they are performing similar acts that we saw at the very beginning in our first show. With that, Aura is going to sink a 5th level spell slot into it and roll.
Lizard.
Roll.
You still have a +2 for your fire trait, which will stack with you expending a spell slot.
He's going to roll a spell attack as his roll.
Okay.
So -5, 24 plus 2, 26.
Success. That's a success. 9 excitement. Up to 102. You need 118.
Oh god, I'm stressed.
Blue.
That first check. So when I get the plus for the magic, sorry to break out here. It's a +2, then a +1 for my intimidate too, right? When I did that first check for intimidate. What did I roll total? 22. Okay.
A 22 is potato. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I rolled a 24.
If it was close, it would have been fishing for anything. They could have given it a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
So in the right ring, Azara starts to get the attention of the crowd pretty well here. Waterman.
Water guy, actually.
Water guy, sorry, my mistake. Water guy. Water guy.
What a guy.
Turns these droplets from the sandy ground below him into a steadier stream, a trickle of water. Starts to bend and wave up towards him. As it increases, and this water that's landing on his hand is forming bubbles, visible around his fists. Which he moves his clenched hands together as the water is no longer flowing into his palm, but just these bubbles around him until they merge into one big one, which he pulls up, pulls his hands out of, spreading his fingers and leaving this orb of water 3-4 feet across in front of him, which continues to expand as it rises up above his head. And he, since we're going to take what we can get here, is now going to switch to acrobatics, getting some free excitement for your second trait. And you second traded, so you got some free excitement. He's at +16. He's not agile, so he's at -5 for +11. But he does have the crowd here for the magic, so he's at +13 total.
Okay, +13. Cool water tricks. Let's go.
You need an 11.
Yeah!
That's
Yeah!
a 19
That's good!
for a total of a 30. Another successful trick. Oh no.
Oh, no, it's
Oh,
a critical
You
success.
could no, it's a regular success, but
Oh, okay. Whew.
Selwyn, distracted as you are, nothing ever pulls the focus of dollar signs out of your eyes.
Mhm.
I think you have a guaranteed crit success here.
Do we?
You're at 114 excitement out of 118 anticipation. A successful finale adds half
4.
the level of one chosen trick to your excitement.
And we can do 4.
And Dynan's an 8th level trick that will give you 4.
All right, well, Coast! Coast! Coast!
Scream. Go!
Ara?
Ara?
Ara,
Ara's coasting.
You coasting? Ara's coasting.
Yep.
Dynan's happy to coast. He doesn't want to milk this too hard. Blue? Blue is really sick and tired of letting everybody down every time he comes out into the ring.
Well, that's why he's coasting.
He should be fucking coasting is what he should be doing.
He hears you. He hears you.
He's
You
going
see him
rogue.
look back as he turns. He closes his eyes. Turns back around to the audience. Up real straight. And just kind of coasts.
Yes, that's right. I knew I could trust you. Honestly, if you went for it, that would be a bigger betrayal than anything the Menashe's ever done to us.
Blue is not a dumb man.
Blue would have been murdered immediately.
Prideful.
Blue,
Someone would have killed him.
he wants it so bad. But he knows how to play the crowd. He knows you got a real good thing going at the moment, and if just chilling is what he has to do, just chilling is what he's gonna do. And as this finale comes to an end, the rock is cheering of the crowd, the near scream howling of hundreds of Shunies pouring all throughout the tents. As you retreat back behind to the backstage of the curtains, just the sheer girth of the Shuni mass trying to push its way forward and around the seats to see spills them out up to the very northern edges of the rings, as they are all just scrambling, hooting, and hollering in excitement at this spectacular show they have been given. And again, friends, they have a critical success. They can't keep getting away
So
with it.
good at this.
You're good at circusing.
They can't keep getting away with it. And yet they still do. The cheering of the crowd as the curtain drops, leaving you backstage, to the professor with several accounting logs and registers, books open in front of him, and literal flour sacks filled with coin. Has a pretty hefty, the bottom of a bottle, monocle shoved up in his eye as he's trying to count through this. He turns back to Selwyn as you come in. Yes. I feel as if I'm just repeating myself here each night, but doesn't even seem we didn't even have that many tickets.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? Quite remarkable.
Yes, I feel like more Drain shouldn't complain every time we do things. Here we are, the best ever.
Well, I just from a purely logistical standpoint don't really understand how we could possibly have made so much money. This is significantly more than if we'd filled every single seat that we have. Which I guess we
Rustafarius
did,
is a
but-
good luck charm.
And
It must be the rooster.
Ilva kind of raised a hand from over by Zerk. Oh, when dog people showed up, Shuni, they are? We did not have more proper tickets for seats, but they did not seem to mind, so they were more than happy to pay for access to hang on entryways and around stands. The professor just looks back at the bags of money.
Awfully decent of them.
Should we have been doing that the whole time? If people are willing to pay for it.
This seems kind of dangerous.
That it does, but I don't imagine that anyone's coming to witness a circus event for its world-renowned safety protocols.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, he just kind of leans forward. What are we up to 2-3 times Mordain has almost died in the ring?
Ah,
And just
don't
kind of winks
remind
at
me.
Sullen.
Come on, man.
Oh, I jest mostly. But this is ridiculous. Hold on. This is over 250 gold pieces. This is ridiculous. And some of these aren't even Galarian currency. Here, and he pulls 3 of them out of the bag. Take a look at these. What do you make of this? And he hands you 3 coins, emblazoned on one side with the giant P of the Pathfinder logo that say Hero Point on the back. And attached to them is a message that says for Zerg. From Justinian9 in the chat.
I have no idea what that would be, and I throw it out. I don't need this.
I don't know, some weird trash. It's not money.
You could have used it.
Well, I guess we owe thanks to that Greygut fellow back in Carrick. He certainly didn't lead us astray.
Yeah, he wasn't wrong.
I don't even know where all these people came from. Sylvan, I ask you this in full honesty. Be blunt with me. You as well, Zerg and Barkbeard. I know you'll be straight if necessary. Am I getting old? I feel like I'm losing my faculties trying to even think through how all of this.
No, we're just amazing. And we're
We
so
do happen
amazing,
to be
it's hard. It's hard to wrap your head around. It's understandable.
I mean, aren't we all technically getting old?
He just looks over
Bless
to
you.
Barkbeard and Zerg.
I don't want to think about the cold dead void for more than a second than necessary.
Well, think about Mordrain's problem recently. She had nothing to do. Now, if you were a farmer and their wife, there would only really be a few things that you could do with all that spare time. So I think there's just a lot of extra people running around for just a variety of reasons.
That makes sense. This crowd has been more receptive than any we've ever had. We even saw that while we were preparing for the show over the past week. That must be the case. Still, this purse is absurd. 262 gold pieces. 2,620 silver. So when you just look at it.
It is quite magnificent. I say, maybe I should, yes. I don't know, I feel like I could always help. I don't need any money, actually, never mind, just joking. But,
Well, you'll have, I
mean-
imagine, more than we even know what to do with if we keep putting on performances like this. After Carrick, I thought we were all set for life, and now after this, we're just climbing higher into riches. I mean, maybe Mordain's not wrong. Maybe we should just head to Absalom.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea, actually.
We do happen to be the best, ever.
That much seems to go
Disappear
without
outside
saying.
to hang out with all the little puppies, little puppy people.
Go hang out with the puppies.
So,
They're so cute, and they want my autograph.
Yeah,
oh, they
go
are
autograph on this.
absolutely all about it. All the little puppies want is to meet the great stars of tonight's show, and they are ecstatic for the prospect. As you walk outside, Zerg, you would see the throng of Shunies encircles the big top in its entirety. spilling around into your campgrounds to the point where they're kind of in the way of the roustabouts. And almost literally tripping over themselves and seeing the stars of the show coming back out of the tent. So, a spectacular time for everyone, I'm sure.
The town's nearby, right? Like, we're
But yeah,
relatively
you're on
close to it?
you're a little away from the town square. It's not far.
Little friends! It is Zerg's pleasure to see you all tonight. Thank you so much for coming. Let's go to town, have a drink. First round is not on me. Let's go.
Yes,
And Xerxes
that's
starts leading
probably smart.
a breakaway horde of Shunies trailing in his wake towards the Sea of Clover in town, which is going to be very, very full.
Oh, they're fucked.
That's fucked. One of the Shunies, sporting a little traveling hat. A simple, almost fedora-like thing,
So
perched on his head with a brown jacket around himself. Pulls open the curtain way that leads between your campground and the backstage area, poking his head into the backstage where the rest of everybody is. And roustabouts quickly, of course, move to intercept him. It's not uncommon for people, like, usually children, to try to peek their head in here and see things. And Dog takes off his hat and holds it in front of his chest and smiles and nods and points across you towards Selwyn. And the roustabout turns and looks. Oi! Selwyn!
Yeah?
You know this lad?
Oh?
And you look down and you see Arthur Bristlecone. One of the dogs, one of the dog men that you had saved from the bullets.
Ah. The bullets.
What's up, buddy?
And yeah, as you acknowledge, and the roustabout moves and motions towards you, and he hops in, still holding his hat in front of him. Oh, a fabulous show, a fabulous show indeed. The Bristlecone, true to my word. I told you I'd spread the word through Fernie. I brought the entire clan.
And so you did. Wow, there's so many dogs.
Many would take offense at that. May consider it a slur. But I don't see the trouble. It's not wrong.
So many.
Anyway,
I'm very grateful, by the way.
there is a friend of mine who had come through Fernie and through Matt and Cleve. Let me think. 2, maybe 3 weeks before the group of you would come for your show. He said he has something for you. I brought him along to see the circus, and well, didn't entirely see what he'd be interested in. His name's Gerard. He's more you, not Shody. Human.
Okay.
Well, small human. He has word. Dork.
Dwarf.
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 Dwarf is the
Dork.
word.
Orc isn't far off. I just look over at the dwarven throwers.
York.
They're all like high-fiving. 2 of them literally have their shirts pulled up to expose their kind of rounded stomach, and they're just like belly bumping each other and contribute anything to the show, but they're having a great time rolling in money. He is outside, an edge of campground. Not big fan of crowds.
Well,
I am sure you have closing things to do, but if you only have a moment.
Yes. Do you mind if we come along, or is it,
I don't see why not. If it was super private, then surely he would have told me. I think he just
Well,
wants to
I'd
meet
better-
you and give you something. He said you'd find it interesting. Wouldn't show me what
Okay.
it was.
Sure.
all right,
I'll
be bad.
work with him.
possibly.
There was Zerg heads off the tavern with his adoring fans trailing in the distance. Barkbeard following Selwyn behind Arthur. Ara and Arbus, what are you two doing?
I'm following with Selwyn.
Are you coming too, Arbus?
I would wake up and
I was wondering if you were going to be unconscious for a year. Okay, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I see Ara leaving, so I just follow Ara.
So you'd see Arbus wake up and come along with you. Selwyn / Barkbeard / Ara.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
Barkbeard
what-
would be standing right behind
Are you
Arvis.
okay, Gray? Hello, Gray? Gray? Earth to Gray?
I'm fine.
Okay.
She is,
You feeling yourself?
Never better, Selwyn. Never better.
Okay, that is not ominous at all.
Arbus, come here. Like, motion her to lean over to me. You lean down. Datura.
And how do you know my name?
Selwyn, come here.
Alright, come here.
Stand right here in front of her.
Okay.
And I climb up on Selwyn's shoulders. I put both my hands on her cheeks. Do you not remember me? What happened to you? Oh, we have a dork we go see. Come see the dork with us.
Yep,
I just
let's
hopped
go.
off
I would
Selwyn.
knock
Walk
off. I would knock Ara's hands away.
Ah. What is happening, Selwyn?
That's a good question. Let's go see.
I don't.
So, in some mixed states of confusion, four of you follow Arthur out to a tree near the road, where the sun is set by this point by the end of your show. So it's just the waning light over the horizon of a sun not long past. And lanterns lit around the campgrounds to make sure it stays well lit. True to his word, he leads you to a dwarf. He looks a bit older. His straight hair, just as silver as the massive beard. But massive for a human, kind of short for a dwarf. It cropped down only to a few inches, arching down, almost just elongating his chin. His face bears the clear weight of age. And his outfit is strange. He's armored, not in full plate or shining metal, but clad in some fairly heavy leathers over a chainmail cuirass, and equally hefty gloves and boots. His shoulders and his right leg, the armor is adorned with bits of tusks, teeth, bones, scales, and all sorts of odd kinds of trophies. He's got a satchel leaned up against the tree with a small sack, maybe about 1.5 feet, 2 feet around on the ground, the top of it curled up, sat next to it. And he turns as the group you approach and sees everyone, Arthur, smiling and very excited. He kind of nods. You're Selwyn, I take it.
That's me. What can I do you for?
And he looks over to Arbus. And I imagine your name is a little more complicated.
Kind of.
I don't know much of the rest of you. But I have something here you might find interesting. My name's Gerard. Come from Daggerfall, far up to the north, across the seas. Part of the River Kingdoms. I'm a monster hunter by trade. And he bends down and picks up the sack in 2 hands, and normally I don't turn things in for no bounty. He holds the
Okay.
sack out to Selwyn.
Okay, I take the sack. What's in here?
You can feel something hard in it. It feels almost like rigid, like stone or hefty
It's not going to be
scale.
something as
Yeah.
tasteless as a head, is it?
Well, no, that's not what people usually give as gifts. I don't think, Selwyn.
No, that is why I'm saying it's tasteless, right?
Might be disappointed if you're expecting a gift.
Yes. Okay.
I look
You
into
look
this-
inside, and it is absolutely a head.
Ah, well, Surprising absolutely no one.
Oh,
What head
Gray,
is it?
scaled, fairly hefty, eyes still open, staring infinitely into a dark void. It is the head of the Zolgath alchemist that had confronted you at the top of the Wellspring Tower.
whoa.
Well, I guess that's dealt with.
You must be incredibly powerful. Did the Storm Lord send you?
Nothing more than coin.
Coin?
I'm just trying to detangle myself. I'm not one for grand prophecies and big ways of fate and magic. I want no part of this. And it was simple enough to handle.
Simple enough to handle. I see. Okay. Just shit on me and mine and all of us. Well, so why are you bringing this to us?
That's a story I don't have the time to tell. Nor do I think it's terribly relevant. I heard that you, in particular, might be happier to see the thing. And like I said, I want no part in prophecies.
I see.
I was hired by a man not far outside the Sward to deal with the Trog problem. Handed this to you. You may be the local expert. Take it it's well dealt with.
Oh, shit. I'm gonna whisper, what the fuck do we do now?
We can.
Don't piss off this man is what we don't do.
He reaches
So
down
I'm
and
not a
picks up a
chef.
satchel and slings it over one shoulder. Then I'm off for payment.
Alright,
Best of luck with your
Gerard off the
shows.
Riverlands.
River Kingdoms.
River Kingdoms.
Dagger marks, fine. And he turns and leaves. Even Arthur just kind of stand there.
Does anyone else feel like we got the rock dragged out from under us?
Well, I didn't expect it to be a head.
It's okay, little friend.
I think it'll make the doing the towers a lot easier now without this resistance. Now we can fulfill this destiny and be free of it, Selwyn.
I think the destiny's over, given what just happened.
But now we got to do the rest of the towers, though.
I feel as if this has driven the conversation far beyond what I understand. But I hear a lot of the clan is following your strongman to the Sea of Clover for drinks. So if you're interested, you can find me there.
Well,
But
that sounds like a good way to end things.
it was a fantastic show.
I think a drink would do me some good.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we all go then?
Yeah.
Lead the
Put
way.
on a
like
mini
that.
show.
Well, I'm really
An
glad we
encore.
didn't piss off the wrong person and have that man sent
One was-
after us, or else...
When have we
know-
ever pissed off anyone, Barkbeard?
You know, Gray, I distinctly remember dragging you under the table, or drinking you under the table, and I will do it again tonight.
Not tonight, Selwyn. I will bet you 1 silver piece that
I will bet you 3 silver pieces.
I will bet you. I will bet you 3 silver pieces and 1. This is a copper, right? This is a copper.
You better.
piece.
Okay, we're betting Roostafarian.
No, I cannot bet Rustafarian. He is.
We gotta go all in.
I am like the wolf mother to Masako, and she all Rustafarian fits right into my pack.
Technically, he's mine though, so I'm the one betting him.
You cannot own him, Selwyn. This is what we do not do this in the wild. You do not possess.
This isn't the wild. Roostafarian's mine, but you have a chance to free him.
We will drink to it, I guess, my friend.
Yeah, we will.
My head really hurts, by the way. I don't know what happened.
Well, ignore the handle-shaped mark that's gonna be left there.
I mean,
Oh, someone hit you in the back of the head.
No,
Why?
no.
Why would Selwyn hit me?
I didn't. I did not. You don't remember me doing that, no?
I
So that
had
means
to-
I cannot have done it.
dream, but this was nothing. I don't.
And so, you idiots, head down to join Zerg in the Sea of Clover after yet another incredible show, managing to just continually up the bar night after night after night with these absolute bangers that you keep throwing out. 262 GP in the circus coffers. And a strange trog problem seemingly handled? It's Galarian. It's, I guess, not a stretch to say there's protagonists for hire under just about every rock. And sometimes you run into one that may be a little larger than your current pay grade.
There's always a bigger fish.
There
Qui-Gon
is.
said it best.
Always.
Because he was the
bigger
best Jedi.
He was the worst Jedi.
I know.
Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. Thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for being here for our Extinction Curse. That's going to do it for us today.
Goodbye, chat.
Good night, everybody. Certainly a circus performance there that you are never going to top.